All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing great, although I seem to be a little fuzzy today. Why am I fuzzy? I don't know.
On the screen, on the camera?
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, you're not usually. Yeah, usually. Yeah, a little bit. It's not as sharp as crisp as the camera usually is. Maybe a little refresh can.
Anyways,
yeah,
I don't feel fuzzy.
Peter.
Yeah, maybe,
no, you look good now.
Maybe.
No, yeah, much better. Yeah.
I went out for a walk this morning, and Carlos, I've never seen it was so hazy. It's been hazy here the last couple of days, and it's so hazy that like the sun was just like it looked like the moon, like I could stare right at it. And I should have taken a picture this morning because it was.
I think there's air quality issues for us in the Northeast. Yes, they got some stuff.
I mean that's what's causing it. And it was bright. It was just orange, and the moon was like orange last night because of the same, interference and forest fire residue in the atmosphere. So, anyways, but I've never seen the sun like that. It was pretty cool. Anyways, but it got too bright to stare at within about half an hour. So that was around like 6 o'clock this morning when I was outside. So anyways, I should have taken a picture. It was pretty cool. But anyways, hopefully you guys are having a good day and had a great weekend. And we're here on this pseudo holiday. It's a holiday here in Canada. And like we were talking about last week, don't ask me what it is. We just call it the civic holiday or the August long weekend. It's really just, look, summer's short in Canada, and we said we want a long weekend in August, so we created one. So the first weekend in August, or the first Monday in August, is always a holiday. Here it is. So there's really people, different provinces have given it different names. In the city, apparently it's called Bytown Day. That's the old name for Ottawa, Bytown, but it's all made up. So welcome to our made up holiday.
Again, I am all for that. I'm so supportive of this year. So I absolutely 100%. We need more of this in the world. All right, friends, let's get to our gappers list this morning. Brought to you by TradingTerminal.com, where you can find tons of tools, scanners, you name it. It's there. News, calendar, information, earnings, everything is on there. So definitely check it out. Everything green, Peter. Nothing feeling a little wheezy today. Everything's looking.
And it's been like that all morning. Yeah, it's all green. So I guess we're looking at it up morning this morning. Now, we got some interesting stuff going on. We do have some earnings to talk about. Nothing super interesting this morning. Nothing we trade. Berkshire Hathaway, though, had earnings. But anyways, but then we got some interesting stuff later this week, right? Palantir, that we've been watching a lot, has got earnings. Pfizer tomorrow, AMD tomorrow after the close, Uber and IonQ, and anyways, D-Wave. There's a bunch of stuff that we do watch that will be having earnings. So yes, it could be an interesting week. Starting this morning, if we look at the economic calendar, if we want to look there, fairly late morning at 10 o'clock, we have factory orders that are supposed to come out. Expected to see a fairly significant contraction in that. Down 4.9%. We'll see what the number actually comes out as. And then total vehicle sales is the other thing that's coming out. So I don't normally track that, but it's quiet enough today. I thought, what the heck? Let's take a look and see what the vehicle sales number comes out like. So that's what we got on the calendar. We can go right to the gappers, I guess, and let's start there. See what's moving. Moving in shape.
Absolutely. Let's jump right in to what's leading the way. Let's look at the top three, then we'll hop around. I see some sectors already in here. You got Joby. Where's Arch Aviation? Wow, Arch Aviation is not right behind it. That's new. Usually these two are hand in hand working together. And I see Quantum, see Rigetti, I see QBTS, And of course, our semis, right? We got a bunch of semis here, which again, AMD with earnings tomorrow afternoon. So that should be interesting. Tesla with some good news over the weekend here. And yeah, let's dive in. Let's see what's going on. Let's take a look at the first one here. It's going to be VERB. Low flow at 1.1 million shares traded. And at the moment, we're 3 million shares traded, up 100%, Peter. I mean, that is massive numbers here.
Yes, and well, they announced that they got a big infusion of cash. They've got a $558 million private placement to become the first publicly listed T-O-N Treasury Strategy Company. Carlos, I have to admit, I'm getting a little exhausted of these treasury strategies. It seems like all these companies, no matter what they do, are getting money to invest. This is a software company that says, we too are going to create a treasury strategy. So I don't know, what is TON? T-O-N. What is that?
Sure.
Is that a you guys out there usually know these things? What is that, a cryptocurrency that I'm not
It's gotta
familiar with?
be.
What is it short for? Hold
That's
on here. I gotta find
that's
it.
the hot topic nowadays, right? So I won't be surprised. That's why I kind of dropped the
Ton
coin.
coin.
Of
There's a
course.
ton coin and a ton token. I don't know, man. Really, are you gonna put your whole? Anyways, okay. I guess that's what they're investing in. Anyways, the ticker symbol TON is, yes, the TON coin. It's got an $8.4 billion market cap. Um, I'm not sure I really want to put my company future behind it, but you
Yeah.
go, Verb Technologies.
Yes,
Double
indeed.
the value of their company overnight, so I guess. And somebody's giving
Yeah.
them $558 million to do it. So, I mean, I guess.
Why not? Right?
Is it safe, Carlos, do you think, anymore in this world to assume? I figure if somebody has 558 million, they got to be smarter than me, and they're making a good investment. I'm not. Is that a safe investment or assumption anymore? I don't know.
I seen some dumb rich people, man. So I don't know. I really
Yeah.
don't know. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's got to be more to it that we're not, seeing. And obviously, that headline is going to sell, and they're probably smart enough to know that. And who knows, right? So
Hmm.
I don't. I hope they're smarter than what we're thinking here. I will think. All right, friends. Let's get to the next
Well,
one. Here is going to be TMC. I won't. By the way, this one is in play, guys. Is active. You can see it here. Low flow traders. This one, definitely one you want to keep an eye on. Look at the movement. We'll see how it does at the market open. If you trade low flow, if you have the experience to do so, definitely on deck. I probably watch it for entertainment purposes. Won't be on my banner at the bottom. I don't have it nearby just to see how high this thing can fly today. Heading back to the list, friends. Let's take a look at the next one. TMC is next. TMC. The metals company, which we've seen plenty of times on our list, up 14% this morning, 3.7 million shares traded so far. Not a great trader, but they've been getting some increase in volume in the last couple of maybe week or so, right? So especially on Friday, this would have been Friday, we see that spike there on the daily. So Peter normally doesn't trade very well. Float on this one is not a low flow, sitting at 178 million. What is the latest moving this stock up this morning?
178 million. And they've been on and off our list over the last couple of weeks with good news and then bad news. And I don't know. I mean, I guess the good news is back. They announced an update. So if you remember, uh, they had announced a deal where they were partnering with like another company called, I can't remember what the name of that company was. But anyways, now they've got fancy pictures, and here, I'm not even sharing a screen, but they are here, let's look at all these muckety mucks. Hold on here. I got to show you this
The
because
muckety mucks.
the muckety mucks, yeah. Here we go. They've got a partnership with the Kingdom of Tonga, and to do some offshore mining. So here they are proudly. Look, can you tell who's the company executive and who are with the Kingdom of Tonga? anyways, that, just I got to show you this picture because it's like you could draw a line down the middle and tell who's with who. But
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't that corporate CEO? I mean, I'm sure he meant that to be a reassuring smile, but doesn't that look smug? This guy right here, isn't that like a smug looking smile? I don't know. I'm not sure that that's portraying the image of confidence and strength he wants to.
yeah.
uh,
Very
anyways,
strange
yeah.
picture. They don't look happy. They both don't look happy.
Yeah, well, you know.
Right? Like they both don't look happy. This guy, the guy in the back now, he's making out. He's probably the one getting the best deal out of all this because he's happy. The guy back with
This guy, yeah,
the
this guy here,
yeah, I
he
can't
looks
see your
happy.
writing.
These two.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that one. I see. I can't see your writing for some
these two
reason.
in the middle standing behind them. They both
Oh
look the
yeah,
happiest from the
they're
company.
making
So
out on this deal, man. They're doing well.
maybe they were the two that brokered it, so they're getting big bonuses. So
There you go.
that's why they're happy. I don't know.
Everybody.
Anyways, look, uh, we're talking about why TMC, the mining company, is there because they've got a deal again with the Kingdom of Tonga. So there you go. That's what's going on. So
All right, there it is, friends. All right, let's continue here. Back to the list. See what else we got going on. Again, I don't like this one. I don't like the volume on it. On the daily for the most part. Today they got great volume 3.8. I just don't. I think we'll find something better to trade, especially with the names that are on this list. We got some really good names. Look at W, which is Wayfair. I haven't bought anything from Wayfair. This is they sell online, right? I think
yeah.
they sell online. Yeah, I haven't bought anything from there. Maybe I should take a look.
Oh no.
No, have you? Have you done a little Wayfair action?
My wife has, to
Okay.
decorate the house and do things. They really made a name for themselves a number of years ago, especially during the pandemic, because they're completely virtual. Everything you buy is online, and they got a very generous return policy. You basically return
Mm,
anything, or just call them and tell them you want to return something, and they'll say yeah, whatever, and they give you your money back, and usually you get to keep it because they sell a lot of furniture and big goods, and it's cheaper for them to leave the thing with you than to try and get it shipped back to their warehouse, re-inventory it, right? Like it, so they're just like they just
yeah,
abandon the sale, basically.
yeah.
So, anyways, they were one of the stocks, Carlos. If you zoom back, go back a couple of years that I was watching during the pandemic because we were watching a lot of these tech companies and thinking, how much they went up. Wayfair had an amazing run from look at that 20 to what $400 at the peak there. Like,
Yeah.
it was one of these where in a matter of that year there in 2020, this thing just it had amazing yeah, look at that growth. So you could have jumped on there any point along that way and made a lot of money. So in any event, they're here today because they've got earnings and they beat their numbers in the quarter and they raised their guidance. So they said that they see a significant recovery in the furniture market. So that's what's been driving their sales. A lot of ads. I mean, every time I watch live sports, there seem to be Wayfair ads. So they're spending a lot of money. I think they use who's the singer? The America's Got Talent singer there that made a name for herself. She's got an excellent voice. I think she was like the first winner. I can't remember her name. Anyways,
Yeah. All
Kelly
right. Yeah.
Clarkson. Yeah, I think Kelly Clarkson is like their spokesperson. I seem to see her in some of the ads. So, in any
Okay.
event, Wayfair's
Yeah.
here. I haven't. That being said, I watched it during the pandemic. I have not watched it for a while. It actually traded fairly well. Like it used to get decent enough volume. I see now its average volume's just over 4 million shares. That's a little on the low side for me. Looking at its trading activity on Friday, it doesn't look all that great. So maybe today, like, we're still, it is a NYSE stock, New York Stock Exchange, which means that you got to wait for the volume to come in. Look, I'll put it on my list for now, and we'll see if something, better things come along. I'll happily bump it, but for now, we'll put it on waivers here.
Yep. I'm all with you there, my friend. All right. Let's take a look at what else we have on this list. Joby's up next. I don't see Arch Aviation, but Joby, which has been extremely active. I want to say maybe since mid-July, maybe a little bit before that, has been really, really active. You can see here on the daily how much movement we've been getting out of it. I got to say, this daily looks like a potential breakout. We're retesting this 18-ish 53 level. one more time here in the pre-market as high as 1830. So again, if it gets the volume like we've seen, it can trade very well. So I'm inclined to have it on here. I really like the daily, and it's a stock, like, again, we normally don't trade the stock, but it's getting better and better, and I wonder if that's going to continue. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it on my secondary list. We'll take a look at it today. Peter, what's your thoughts on it? And again, doing some moves to the upside this morning.
Whoa, that's a cool photo. It's anyway, so there you go. So there's Joe picture. Well, definitely from their marketing material. Looks like they managed to open, or they probably rang the bell at the stock exchange for the open or the close. Got one of their drone copter things down at the New York Stock Exchange. Look at that.
Nice.
I'm not getting in one. Anyways, but they're here because apparently they're making an acquisition. Now, normally when a company acquires another company, it drives their stock down. So this is interesting that they are moving up. It seems that there's some confidence in this. So they're buying a company called Blade Air Mobility. The estimated cost for this is going to be about 125 million. This is Blade Air Mobility has a ride share business that apparently they're buying off of them. So they and their operations span the United States and Europe. I've never heard of this Blade Air Mobility and their ride share. If anybody does or has used it, let me know. I'd be very curious. But anyways, they're gonna apparently operate as an entirely wholly owned subsidiary of Joby, and this is why. Blade's medical division, which transports organs, isn't included in the transaction. Will remain a separate company. Okay. Well, look at this. This is Carlos. There are things happening that I don't even know about. Who uses this stuff? Yeah, there you go. There's Blade. This deal gives Joby instant access to a network of 12 terminals in key markets like New York City, and notably a dedicated lounge, as well as terminal bases at JFK International Airport, Newark Liberty Airport, the west side of Manhattan, and the east side of Manhattan. So I guess this Blade had operated.
Yeah.
I don't like. Have you? I don't know. Do you see these things?
I have not seen it fly, but I seen it parked by Newark. So
Okay.
there's like an executive helicopter place by it's like going into from east of Newark Airport, and I seen it parked, and it looks pretty cool. It does look pretty
Well,
cool.
I mean,
So
look, this gives Joby some. If I didn't realize this Blade apparently had some existing passenger-based services that they're operating in the New York area, and this gives Joby sort of instant access and instant credibility, I suppose, as a provider of air services. So, yeah, it's maybe that's why it's gapping up as opposed to down like a normal acquisition. So, looks good. Might be worth watching Joby. I'm gonna, I'll drop it on my list here and see what it does today.
yeah, I definitely like it. Again, we saw a couple of days where it traded well. We didn't watch it because, typically not a great intraday trading stock, or there were other things that just look so much better. But I think today is the day, man. I have it on my secondary. It might even get moved up to a primary list if we continue like this. All right, we can spend a little more time here since we don't have a gap down. Let's look at some more. Let's go ahead down. SBET, I'm not going to waste time on this one unless you guys really want me to. I'm going to move on down here. Let's talk about quantum. We'll talk about semis and of course Tesla, and then we'll pass it off to Peter to see what else he has on his deck. But let's talk quantum here. So QBTS, I see it on deck this morning, which again doesn't look good at all. It's up 3.4, 1.1 million shares traded. The daily, it's just been gapping up and down. So gap up, sell off, sell off, sell off. All these gap downs have sold off. So you got this downtrend of that started with a gap up from the previous day close. And today we're just gapping up again. So not sure what's going on there, but that does not look interesting at all. The daily, looks a little bit messy here. Let's take a look at Rigetti, and we'll see if any of these are driving the news this morning. But RGTI, same thing here. A little bit of a sell-off in the last couple of days. We're up 2.5 today. Not that much volume. This thing is just barely making our list, right? It's up 2.5. That's what it's on here. 800,000 shares traded, which again, I say not much volume because typically the stocks trades a heavy volume when it is in play in the pre-market. I am not seeing that now, so we'll leave that alone. Let's take a look at there's another one on here. I thought I saw some other stuff. Maybe not. That's it for quantum. Peter, anything on quantum overall this morning?
I mean, I don't see anything specific for today. Like I was mentioning, D-Wave does report later this week, and that will be interesting. I know the market will be watching that, eager to see sort of how they do and what their numbers come out like. That's before the open on Thursday. We've got yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't. The quantum is just trundling along here. It really did not trade well. None of the quantum stocks traded well, in my opinion, last week and especially on Friday. So I don't think they're particularly in play today.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably leave them alone. I thought they were gonna look better, but they really do not. So let's take a look. Let's talk now about the semis. Right, you got AMD here. Big day for them tomorrow. We'll see how they pan out. And I see some other ones on deck also. So let's take a look at that one. I thought I saw the Nvidia on deck, but maybe not. But here's AMD. AMD, man, this thing has been just trading so well over the last couple of days. Right, we've seen it just crush it here. Up 2.3 this morning, 1.5 million shares traded so far. There's the daily, today's pre-market action, also looking pretty nice as it tries to rebound here and get back to, is this all-time highs for them? No, it's not. They've been up as
No.
high as 227. So recent highs, right? Trying to get up to that recent high, that 180-ish area as they try to move higher here. So Peter, I like this one. I think AMD has been trading pretty well. We actually had in our list a couple of times last week. What's your thoughts on it? Anything particular going on with the semis overall?
Not a lot. I mean, a company called On Semi, ON is their ticker symbol. They did have earnings this morning. They beat on revenue, but slightly missed on their earnings, but we're very, very close. AMD's just been, like you said, sort of on fire here. There's been some great trading on AMD, well worth watching. Friday was probably the quietest of the days from last week. It hasn't always been going up. But it's been moving, right? There's been more range on AMD than we've seen in a while. So I like it. I have to admit, as much as AMD, we're tight, but Nvidia's generally just been a little bit better as a trader.
Mm,
So, but if you're gonna watch one, you can usually watch the other, and they usually move together, but not always. And it's good to watch them both because you never know which one is going to be like the give you the better move in the moment.
yeah,
They generally do the same thing, but not exactly. And it's
yeah.
funny because their prices in the last, because of how AMD has moved, their prices are very, very similar. Let's see where they are today. Like AMD's price at the moment, 175.58. Nvidia's price, 175.49.
Yeah.
Like they're 9 cents apart. Like
Well,
it's funny because I look at
Nvidia's
the charts and
run, right? Like if you look at
sometimes I get
Nvidia's run in
confused
April,
because their stock price is like it's the same.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. But if you look at Nvidia's run since April, I mean, Nvidia, I'm not sorry, AMD's run since April has been awesome. And Nvidia has just been stuck at their all-time highs. They haven't been able to, they were not able to break that for a while AMD was just kind of chugging along here, trying to catch up. And they have done an amazing job, man. Look at them there. If you look at Nvidia, they had a point here where they were just, where's their all-time highs? I think it was here.
Yeah.
It was just stuck, right? It
I
was
mean,
just not doing
technically
anything.
on a percentage basis, if we go from April of this year till now, I think AMD has risen more, but
Right.
but it hasn't even got back to its all-time highs. So
No,
just
it's
on a
not even
percentage,
there.
because it went from 80 to now it's 175, whereas Nvidia only went from 90 to
Right, and that is their all-time highs, right? I mean, and AMD has gone to 27, which I didn't know they're going that high, but yeah, that was awesome. All right, so let's see how it goes. I like both of these. I am going to add NVIDIA as well to the list. So we'll put AMD and NVIDIA. There's not a lot that looks great. No, not a no. That's too many letters. NVIDIA. There we go. All right, let's see what else. I did see what else I saw here. I saw some other ones that I want to talk about as well. Is Tesla. Tesla and PLTR. We'll end with
yes,
those two.
Tesla.
Tesla,
Oh,
man,
Tesla.
doubling down with their CEO Elon, man. They're loving this guy, the board. Peter, fill us in on what's going on.
The board approved a new pay package for Elon, which the market likes because it brings stability. And the market, if there's one thing that we've learned, the market doesn't like uncertainty. So securing the pay package is a good move for them, at least from a stability point of view. And they're not afraid to keep throwing money at him. I mean, his 1 year pay package includes about $29 billion worth of stock. So, so look, whatever he actually gets paid is irrelevant. We know it's all about the stock. So, I mean, it's just yeah, it's off we
It's
go.
massive, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Tesla's, still not doing great, but Elon is still making his money in there again with 96 million shares issued to him, and or another 96 million anyways, and like it's just you know I guess what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
actually, it's a good point. We're gonna have to see. Last time the board, well, was it last time or was it 2 years ago? When like the courts got involved and they said, no, we don't think that's right. And it turns out that they ended up getting overturned and he got his pay, but it's one of those where it's there's an amazing number of people that have opinions about what Elon should get paid.
Hmm.
So we'll see. But the board's approved it. Again, the stock likes it this morning. Looks like Tesla's in a good position for some movement. Didn't close the week all that great, did it? Right? Because it was down well, it was pretty much down all week, like 4 days in a row. It put in red candles. So there's room for this to the top side if it wants to move higher. So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, 100%. We'll definitely see what's happening there. All right, friends, take a look at the next one here. It's going to be POTR on deck as well. We are up right now, 2.3 on it, 1.3 million shares traded. Again, one of our favorite stocks to watch. It hasn't done a whole lot in the last couple of days because we've just kind of been stuck at this 160 area, right, compared to how it usually moves and how nicely some of the moves can be here, as you can see. But still a great stock to keep in on deck, Peter. I'm going to probably be watching it today again. They're up 2.3, 1.3 million shares traded. I don't know if this is based on anything or it's just POTR doing POTR stuff here.
Well, they have earnings after the close, so there could be a number of people positioning for that, right? Whether you think it's going up or down. There is, there tends to be a little bit more volume, if not movement, right? Stocks right before earnings don't always move heavily because people are going to be waiting for the results, right? Before they make the move. So this should be interesting. I feel like PLTR, it's gone from a stock that I knew just as a trader to a stock that seems to be a little more commonly known. Like, I don't think anybody, unless you were using them, right, and understood, because they did a lot of defense and sort of back office stuff, right? Some heavyweight data management and data lifting for governments and agencies and large corporations, but they weren't really commonly known. I feel like they're sort of more publicly commonly known. Maybe it's just my perception, but they seem to be part of the conversation. It's sort of like Nvidia, right? Like Nvidia, unless you were a tech geek, who knew Nvidia 10 years ago? But now everybody knows who they are. I feel like Palantir is starting to get that type of status.
Yeah, yeah. I same here. I like them guys. I'm gonna put them on our list here. I'm just deciding whether it's gonna be a primary or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Secondary for now. We can always move it up. Peter, where are you gonna have this one today?
It's always sitting on my secondary. It's just one that I keep an
Okay.
eye on these days. So yeah, it's
All
there
right.
every day.
Awesome. All right, friends. I think we'll stop here. Maybe SMCI is another one we can look at. Peter, if you have anything on that one. But yeah, let's stop here. I see a couple of things gapping down. We got two more that just showed up now. But yeah, Peter, what do you like? And we can go over if you like anything the up or down side this morning. What's on your list today?
One because it's just fun. Berkshire Hathaway. BK, sorry, BRK.B. There's different classes of shares, but BRK.B. Now, they made the unprecedented move of actually sort of splitting their stock a long time ago. Remember, this used to be like, if you wanted to trade this, it was like $100,000 for a share, $180,000 for a share. So that's changed. Anyways. But it's still it's not this is not an active trader. You can see trade volume in a daily chart is like very flat. It trades like just 4 million shares every day. Doesn't do much. But it's still an interesting company just because of, obviously Warren Buffett and the fame he has gained with his long-term investment strategy that has made him billions and billions of dollars. But they, yeah, like Berkshire. And by the way, if you ever read sort of their annual statements and their quarterly statements, they're usually quite interesting. So, oh, the Class A shares are still out there? Oh, maybe it was the Class A that I was thinking of. I didn't realize what's the, oh yeah, here's the Class A. Yeah, sorry, $705,000 for a Class A share. So there you go. That's volume. Carlos, if you call it BRK.A, which is the Class A shares, I like how it's the current the spread is 60 uh the spread is $6,400 and there's three shares traded this morning. Three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three.
It's
Well,
yeah.
okay. Anyways, all right. So you lose $6,000 in the spread. Oh, 7,000 now. Anyways,
Yeah. It's
crazy.
wild.
Um, anyways, it's a fun company just to keep an eye on because of again what they've managed to accomplish, but not a good trading stock. So, anyways, just thought I'd mention it because their earnings came out. There's a couple of stocks that we would watch as secondary sometimes, like TGTX. It's been on our list occasionally, had earnings, beat on revenue, slightly missed on earnings. This is TG Therapeutics. Tyson Foods, TSN, had earnings this morning. Often look to just to see how healthy the chicken market is, because it's one of their biggest product lines, anyways. But they basically beat their quarter and raised their guidance. So they said that chicken demand is high. So there you go. People are buying chicken. Uh, what else we got for earnings? Again, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but they're nothing particularly interesting that we normally go to. So yeah, that was it. We already talked about the things that I like this morning. I love Tesla. I like Nvidia and AMD just to see where they're going to go. PLTR. I'm a little skeptical again. Tends to be muted before earnings, which is happening after the close today. And then, of course, some of the stuff on the gappers. What is noticeably absent for a Monday, Carlos, we haven't seen a single biotech company with some drug
Mm,
news. Usually, we get a bunch of
that's
those on
right.
Monday.
Yeah.
None. Haven't seen one. So I don't
Yeah.
know if that means
Interesting.
anything, but just noticed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. That's right. It is a Monday. I don't see any of them. So yeah,
I
interesting.
I saw one of our members eagerly wanted us to look at Reddit, RDDT. Now Reddit had earnings on Friday, was it? I think. And had a big gap up on Friday. I don't see it doing anything right now. Like it just doesn't look interesting. There's no volume, there's no movement. I mean, yes, it had a whole bunch of movement on Friday, but and a lot of it was overnight, by the way. Like it is gapping up here after the close, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect of it. No reason to believe. But I noticed the volume in the 2 days, like not only earnings day, but the day before, that volume is ramped up. So it might
Yeah.
be, if you like Reddit, it might be worthwhile to watch just because of that volume. We'll have to see. Like if the volume drops back to that 6 to 7 million range, then it's not going to be very much fun. If it stays higher in the 20 to 30 million range that it's been trading in the last 2 days, then Reddit might be interesting. So you got to wait and see what the volume looks like as the markets open.
Yeah. Absolutely. Chicken demand is high because beef prices are so high. Is that I haven't noticed. I have not noticed. I know that
Oh,
it's just expensive. When you go buy, it's like, what did I get? 3 bags? It's like 200
yeah.
bucks. So everything, especially if you're buying meats, right? But yeah,
Everything's
so
expensive.
everything is just
Yeah.
expensive. All right, let's take a
I
look, friends. Let's go ahead, Peter.
This is where I really feel like an old person. I go get groceries, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember when. Again, I've shared my groceries with you guys here sometimes, but
Yeah.
I honestly like, when I go and buy two baskets of groceries that I can hold in my hand, because who uses bags anymore, right? I use these plastic bins. And it's $200 worth of groceries in the two baskets that I can carry. I remember when $200, I had two carts of groceries for $200 when I first got
Yes.
married and had kids 35 years ago. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I know I am old, but I just it it hurts my head sometimes to think about that. Arr. Anyways, yeah.
I went to so we had a picnic. We decided last minute, let's go have a picnic yesterday, and we didn't have time to buy stuff and prepare like sandwich. I like having subs. It's an easy thing to put,
Yeah.
take it with you, perfect. It doesn't gotta be hot. You're good to go. Let's go to Jersey Mike's and pick up some stuff. So me and my wife, we get this, the giant turkey sandwich. We both just eat half, or she eats a lot less than that. But it's $28, Peter. A giant
Yeah.
sandwich, turkey sandwich, regular white bread, whatever. Giant sandwich. I think a lemonade and 2 bags of chips, one for her, one for me. And the kids, they got something else. Not from there. $28 for that. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind paying because I'm getting the convenience. I'm all good with that. You get it. You pay for convenience. But this is not worth $28. Like, for me, it's about value. Like, this is not worth $28. I'm going to pay, but it's not worth that.
I know, but hey, Carlos, I guess that's just what life costs, and we got to suck it up because this is where we're feeling our age. We had a barbecue for some family, not this weekend, but last weekend, right? And I go out the Saturday morning to buy stuff for the barbecue. We had some stuff. I just needed some extra stuff. Now, admittedly, that was, meat and buns and some chips and, I got a dessert and a few things. Anyways, I didn't really think about it. A couple cases of soft drinks, whatever. $400. I'm like it's like a mini vacation. What the?
You could get away. You could go to Cancun for a couple of days on that. And probably get all inclusive for a few more bucks.
And the funny thing is, like, I have got a bad habit. Like, we live a privileged life, right? Like, I honestly don't know what my groceries cost me until later. It was only when I got home, because I just, whatever. They tell me the amount. I don't even really listen. I just charge my card and off I go and I pay. It was only when I got home and, you pull up the receipt and the receipt's only like this long, right? I mean, this should not be a $400 receipt. Like, anyways, a $400 receipt should go from here to the ground, man.
Should be your height. There it is, friends. There's your grocery rant for the morning here as we get rocking and rolling. Let's go to you guys. Let's see what you guys like today. Again, we went through our gappers list. A few things we came off of this. The quantum stuff doesn't look so great. Tesla is awesome. We'll put that on deck. Let's take a look at what you guys have on deck. I see Amazon being mentioned here. Let's take a look at Amazon. I see our good buddy Joe throwing RKT. We'll look at that next. Let's take a look. Amazon right now. I'm not a big fan of day trading Amazon, but today could be one of the days where they are in play. They had a big drop last week with, what's that, earnings, Peter? I think it was earnings. Yeah, it was earnings.
Yeah.
And they're bouncing back, say 1.1, 2.5 million shares traded. Obviously, the volume in the last couple of days, well, it's Friday and also Thursday, right? Thursday leading up to earnings is a little bit higher, so this could be interesting. Maybe a secondary, but normally I am not a big fan of the intraday trading action on Amazon, right? But we'll put it on here. Let's see where it goes. Next, we have here RKT is on deck. Let's take a look here. Rocket Companies. I don't want to confuse this. This is. Have we talked about this before? This is not Rocket Lab. Is different.
No.
Okay, this is different.
We talked about them last week. They were on our list last week. On Friday, because they had earnings on Friday. So yeah.
All right, so there it is. So again, another one that is probably not going to get a lot of volume. It might go back down to its normal trading volume. Obviously, we had a spike over here. I'm not sure what led this up. This was obviously earnings, and today we might have a second day play. For me personally, I don't like it as far as the volume itself, right? So just be careful, and if you do like it, and also again, depends on your strategy, right? Your strategy, this might fit. This might be one of your good candidates for your specific strategy. For mine, I don't think it is. So I'm gonna leave it off the list for now as we move forward here. Let's see what else, friends. We got Javier. Good morning to you. Let's see what we got going on here. Looking at our YouTube chat, CRCL Dens. Let's take a look. CRCL. Up 2.5, 200,000 shares traded. This is a tough trader, by the way. Do we have shares for short now? It looks like we might have a few, 500,000. But this is a a difficult stock to trade. So looks like it has come down. If you guys remember when this thing first started, let's take a look here on the daily. You know, it was pretty wild as it moved up from 75 all the way to almost 300, and then back down here, or 300 exactly, right? Yeah, almost 300. Volume has then since really died down, so it's just gonna make it a little bit more difficult to trade. Um, Again, I'll watch it for entertainment, but I'm just not sure how this thing is going to be today, Peter. What's your thoughts on this one? We saw some action out of it on Friday, though. Friday seemed to have had a pretty nice day here, back and forth. Again, not sure how clean and tradable that was.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so I can't say. But yeah, it had a great IPO. This is a recent IPO, and it's in a hot sector, right? Stable coins seem to be in the conversation a lot, and of course, so many companies looking to create these treasury strategies. Plus, you got the government involved. The Trump administration is. I think they have their Genius Act, and which gives a framework for stable coin so look, it's definitely in the news and it's active. CRCL was a great trader. Sorry, Jared was all over it when it first came out. But like a lot of things, right? It sort of stabilizes. It's hard to keep that momentum going all the time. I've got to think, and it is unusual, I would say, or at least it's surprising to me that it does trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Feels like a Nasdaq stock all the way through,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it's not one that I'm going to primarily watch. Only if it jumps up and starts doing crazy things in the middle of the day, and our members mention it, I might go back and look at it. But yeah, it's not going to make my list.
Yep. Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And one more thing we turned this on over the weekend, actually last week, but it's not, I was at first, does YouTube really take the money that we put for donations and, doesn't charge any fees? And they don't. And I'm 100% sure now that they are correct about saying, hey, 100% of the donations go to the actual charity and they don't touch it. I believe that now. You know why I believe that? Because there's nowhere to find this button. Like, you can't find it. If it was something where they had a transaction fee, this thing would be in your face 24/7. Why is this button not up here? Right? Like, I was like, where is this button? And you have to manually put it into every video. So when I did the live stream today, I had to manually go in there and put it that it's a fundraiser and let's help these kids, right? So this month we're trying to Bear Traders gives back. We're trying to do, be bearish on cancer, bullish on life, and we're trying to do a donation for kids, right? So, but you can't find this anywhere. So I 100 believe that 100% of your donation does go to the fund, which is nice, right? But again, it's just not visible.
It's very cynical of you, Carlos. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you're absolutely right. But
I just think this is more important and should be more visible. That's just my thought on it. It's all the way down here at the bottom. It's right under your chat, friends. So again, we I put $3,000. I mean, I know that's probably a lot for the amount of people that we have as viewers here. But if you want to donate, guys, let's do that. I'll do my donation just a bit as well, so we'll get that started. And let's see if we could hit that goal. No, Walden, no. They actually before, so let I explain a little bit here. We got a little bit of time. So in the past, we used to do it ourselves. With whatever you donated through the chat, we would take that and we would send it off to a charity. But YouTube then takes a percentage of that transaction fee. If we do it directly this way, they don't touch it. 100% goes to them, which is better. So that's why we're doing it this way. It's just much cleaner. And again, if you did great today, if you're doing great, if you're feeling good, definitely donate. It's always great to give back. I can't stress that enough. All right, let's take a look. What else, friends? I'm looking at your chat. What else you guys have here that we can look at? Fig was wild on their RPO last week, Peter. I mean, this thing went from 0 to 60. I mean, it went up to it was like 220% as far as the gap up, right, on their first day. Now they're down 4%. It's starting to probably get back to reality as far as the volume is going to get. Only 1.4 million shares traded this morning so far. I'll have it on my list. It'll be fun to watch and see what it does. I probably won't trade it because I think this is just more scalping and a little bit of just kind of not gambling but speculations on where go long and short. I don't think technicals are really in play. You don't have enough data for technicals, so I think it's more can I scalp this up or down today? And come off unscathed, as Peter will say. So I'm not sure, Peter. Are you going to be watching this?
I mean, look, it was very interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know what to expect. We just have so little history. It's tough to
Yeah.
know. But probably not closely, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, looking at
Um,
it, well, Friday wasn't that great. Thursday was great though. What great movement. Anyways, it's such a
yeah,
recent IPO, right? I mean, we've only got 2 days of trading, so I don't know. I
awesome.
mean, it's 1.4 million shares already, so it does have some volume. Can't argue that.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, there it is. Stefan leading the way, my friend, with a first donation on here. $3 donation, $5 donation. I believe that's Canada. That's CA is Canada, right? So 5 Canadian bucks there. So thank you, my
Yep.
friend. Really appreciate that. And that's the way we do it, guys. You don't got to come in here and throw like a boatload of money, right? If we all just put in a little bit, that's how we get to our goal. So really appreciate it, man. Thanks for leading us off here. You beat me to it. I was gonna do it in a second here, but thank you, man. Appreciate you. So shout out to you there. All right, friends. Let's get to Peter. See what's happening as we kick off this week, Monday. Let's take a look at our schedule. We can always head over to barebootraders.com. You're going to click on webinars so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today we focus on this beautiful, cool, hazy in Peter's area, which should be coming down here as well Monday.
It is very hazy here, and anyways, we'll keep an eye out there on the weather. But yes, it's Monday, like we mentioned. So this is where we get to welcome a lot of new members that have joined over the weekend. And if you are new, then welcome. I saw a couple people in the chat room that said, "Hey, I'm new here." So welcome. We're happy to have you, and don't be afraid to say hi. It's a very friendly group and eager to help. At noon today, we've got a session that could help you out. Trading with Bookmap. Now, this is for anybody that's joined with an elite plan. But if you're an elite member, then you can join Nathan to look at Bookmap and what it can do for you. It's a great way to visualize stock volumes and trading volumes and sort of upcoming volumes. So in the queue. So take a look at it. Bookmap is something worth paying attention to. And then tonight we've got the onboarding class. This is the big one. This is where all new members can get oriented with everything that we've got to offer at Bearable Traders. Carlos will help you sort of understand how you get value out of your membership and help you with some initial sort of thoughts on how you get started. What do I focus on? How do I make my trading most valuable? That's happening all at 8 o'clock tonight in the onboarding room for all member classes. We obviously do this live broadcast on YouTube every day the markets are open. We go from 8:30 in the morning right through through the open through to 11:30 noon sometimes. Depends what's happening, right? But we're here in the morning. I do want to mention that tomorrow on this YouTube broadcast, Thor, who normally takes over after us, is going to be having a special guest. He likes to bring guests on. He's going to be bringing Spot Gamma on to present. So they've got some interesting tools and they can help you understand the market. So they're going to be on tomorrow between 11 and 12. So if you're watching YouTube, right, make sure you dial in. Or if you're in the chat room and you're interested in that, Thor, often brings very interesting programming with him. So that'll be tomorrow again, 11 to 12. So thank you, Thor. If you're interested in joining us at Bearable Traders, there's only one way to do it. You go to our website, you scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to see exactly what Carlos has got on the screen. The different membership options you can join using the intro right through the Elite Annual. Pick the one that's right for you, and you can sign up, and we'll see you here hopefully sometime soon. If you're just watching us on YouTube, nothing wrong with that. Give us a thumbs up and a like. It really helps with the growth of the channel, and we deeply appreciate it. So let's hit those buttons. We're going to set some levels here. We're going to let you know where the key levels are on the stocks that we're watching. Our moderators are going to get their lists in. We'll be live trading. Carlos and I will be live trading with you here on YouTube, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be Brian and Thor. I got the message from, I'll just call it, from a sort of secret admirer who told me that Andrew was apparently out partying last night. and is unlikely to
Mm.
make it for live trading this morning. So I haven't heard this from Andrew himself, but a little birdie, as they say, told me that yeah, he may be sleeping off the the partying from last night. So Thor said he's going to step in and trade live with Brian. So that's always good, and our members love it. So all right, let's set some levels.
All right, let's do it, friends. As you can see here, Nav, thank you so much, man. Really, you are the man. So Nav coming in with a $50 bomb here. So thank you, man. Appreciate you. What are we gonna do is, if you do it through here, it doesn't go to donation. So I'm gonna put in the $50 for you on the donation. I'll do it in a second here. And then this way you're in, right? So I'll take your 50 and throw it over there, because I think through here they do charge a processing fee. But I got you, man. I'm gonna throw that over there for you. All right, let's take a look here. Did you just drop? All right, Nav is going insane. He just dropped another 50. You are the man. We got to get in contact, man. Thank you for that. All right, friends, let's get some levels in place here. Again, pretty quiet list, Peter. It's not a blockbuster Monday right now, right? So I only got Tesla, AMD, and Nvidia. That's all I have right now. So let's take a look here. Tesla. Let's see what's going on there. Tesla right now. There it is. At the moment, I like the news on it, up 2%. So feeling a little bit strong this morning, as the board is backing up Elon. They're happy with trying to keep him. And one of the comments was like, it's crucial to make sure that Elon does not walk away from us, right? So that was one of the comments from one of the board members. Like, it's more important than ever that we keep this guy on and happy. So that's people are liking that. 311.30 is the high of the pre-market. The low is 304.16. Towards the top, I do have 317.91, which is awesome, right on there. And then towards the above that, we do have 324.63. Towards the bottom, previous day close, and you have a level from Friday's low as well. So definitely like that there. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Is going to be on our list. AMD with earnings. I'm sorry. Yeah, AMD with earnings coming up here tomorrow after the close. 176 is the high of the pre-market. Above that, we do have an area around 179.97. And that's all you really need to mark down. You do have plenty of highs and lows to the bottom here. So you're looking at pretty good as far as that goes, right? So that's AMD for you. And then the next one, we'll continue with the semis. It's going to be Nvidia, which also, again, trying to bounce here a little bit. Stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. You can see that right on there. Plenty of levels. So I don't want to add another one on here. I mean, I know the high of the pre-market is slightly higher than the low from Thursday. But again, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Got plenty of levels on the way there. I am going to mark down. I want to cover these three areas. If I can't do all of them with one line. So I'm just going to put the closest one to the price action, which is 178. That covers these two areas here. And then I'm going to put the 179.80, right? But basically a bunch of levels here towards the top in case we do decide to continue on the strength. We're seeing 1.2 gap up this morning. All right, that's all I have, friends. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're going to hop off from our chat here, and we will see you guys later. No, Thor and who else is, and Brian, right? Is it Brian? Thor and Brian are going to get the trading going on. So take care, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, Andrew is in the building. You guys can't hear him, but I see it. Yeah.
Is he alive?
He's alive, baby. You were wrong, Peter.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. I could hear you, Andrew.
Of his demise were overstated.
I want to hear you, but I got to turn on for YouTube to hear. So give me a second. Let me turn that on. I want YouTube to hear you as well.
He's oh, look at this. He's just coming back from the club. Oh, look at that, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh. Awesome.
that
we
is
can't hear
awesome.
Andrew, whatever. Or at least I can't.
Oh my goodness. This is all right. So there it is. Andrew is live. I don't know if you're able to hear him because he's on the chat, so I'm not sure if you're able to hear him, but he's feeling good. Straight from the club.
Yeah, it looks like
trading.
He hasn't.
This will be interesting.
Yet, eh?
No, this will be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, We'll see how this goes. If he has a really good trading day, oh man. If he has an amazing trading day, then
I
this
know.
will this will allow him to say, "Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's repeat what worked." But yeah,
He has done this in the past where he really like doesn't look like he should be trading and still manages to make it work. Very few of us can do that,
now
guys. This is
I
sometimes
a
watching the
hundred percent,
master, it's not the thing you should be copying.
100% agree. Now I gotta tell you, let me show you this here. I gotta say, well, there's not many people that can go from the club to the office looking like this. So
Yeah.
shout out to him for that. That is freaking
I know.
awesome, man. So if you have aspiration, guys, to have do whatever you want, maybe trading
I
is the way
know.
to go. Love
Shirt?
it.
Don't need no stinking shirt.
Oh,
I'll
who
just
needs
wear a
shirts,
studded
man?
vest, baby.
Oh, love that. All right, let's go. All right, friends. 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes to the market open. Let's get set up here and get ready for business as we start the week. Again, a little bit slower than I would like as far as the watch list, but I think we are uh, in the right situation to hopefully find some good setups. So let's go ahead over here. I got my 5 minute, I got my 1 minute as usual. Look at Nvidia dropping a little bit here. I wait 3 minutes after the market opening before taking any trade. That's just what I do. And again, shout out to Nav, man. Nav here is just dropping $50 bombs here. Ignore this.
The
Apple
heck?
Pay is weird. Okay. So appreciate you, man. You are the
Wow.
best.
That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for that. So again, for those that want to donate, we are running a children fundraising for to cure children cancer. So if you go, the way to find this, it's a little bit weird the way YouTube has it, but it's right over here. If you go to your video, you can scroll to the bottom here. You're gonna see donate, right? So 23 bucks so far. We just started doing it today. 23 bucks so far. I put 3,000 as the goal, and hopefully we could hit that, man. It's just again. Bearish on cancer, bullish on life. Love that. That's so. Let's see if what we could do there. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. All right, Peter. Team's watch list. Thank you. Who said that? Who said team watch list? They're on it, man. They're on it. Um. So yeah.
All right.
Surf bar. Yeah.
I can
Let's do
run
it.
through it quickly if you want.
Yeah. Let's do it.
How long do we got? We only have 2 minutes to the
Minute.
open. Let me do it very fast. Jared's going to be watching AMD, Tesla, and PLTR, Verb. I think he was already trading that, and Reddit, RDDT. Gary's going to be watching AMD and Meta. Brendan's got AMD, Amazon, PLTR on his list. Brian is in with his list watching AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, and Joby. Phil is watching Meta, Apple. Sorry, my alarm keeps going off. Tesla and PLTR. And I'm going to be watching the usuals, I think. Tesla, AMD, PLTR, Nvidia. I'm also going to be watching Joby just to see what it does. And this Verb, since other people are watching it. I'm adding Wayfair to my list just to see if it does anything interesting. That's what I got. That's what our moderators have got. Carlos, we've got just 30 seconds here to the open or so. Let's get going.
Yeah, I think I wanted to add Wayfair. I thought I mentioned at least in a second there, so I'm gonna add it here. We do have the space today. Again, my list is very very light, so I
Yeah.
will add Wayfair. Put on the primary list. We got space today. All right, friends. If you guys see something, let me know. A lot
There's
of you
the
guys,
bell.
ding ding ding
There's the
ding,
bell.
call out. Have some great call outs. So if you see something great, let us know. All right, off we go. Wayfair's not getting the volume. Typical nicey stock stuff. So we'll come back to it.
Same
Let's
thing on
see.
Joby. Joby. I'm waiting for Joby here.
Joby's not as nicey. It is
It's nice,
okay.
yeah. Gotta wait for the volume on this too. I don't know what type of volume to expect on this because
Yeah.
it's at 500,000 shares here in this opening minute. But
Yeah. All right, friends. Tesla dropping. AMD. I like AMD. AMD's looking good here, friends. AMD's looking nice. AMD. Wait for me, AMD. Wait for me. Uh,
Whoa. Interesting.
um,
This Joby is weird. I just saw a
yeah.
crossed bid and ask. I haven't seen that in a long time on Joby. It's got some downside orders on the bid that I don't like. I was thinking about going long on Joby. I just don't like the way the level 2 looks for a long. It's tough to tell what it's
Okay.
going to. Oh, of course, there, just as I say it. Oh, there. Oh
Ah,
my God.
oh,
Oh,
eater.
I missed. I should have, could have, would have. I didn't honestly. There was it just the yeah. So you can't always trust the level 2 at the open. I've said that
Yeah,
before, and yet I allow myself to be swayed by it. So
yeah, yeah.
it's, there was
That's
the
a
pop.
pop.
Yeah,
And it
there's the
looks
pop
to
I was
keep
looking for.
going. Looks
Tough,
to
tough,
keep
tough, tough.
going.
Oh well.
All right, let's see here. Um, very nice, very nice. All right. AMD actually collapsed right back below the VWAP. Good 1 minute engulfing on it. So that would have been if you had that in, that plan, that could have been pretty good. Partial at least love the day here. I like it for a short, but it's not 3 minutes yet. But this is a good entry for a short. It is that pullback there, 174.25. I really like that. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if we. All right, so count up on minute 3. Joe, you bought pre-market. You bought Joby pre-market 1805. Wow, man, very nice. 1944 now. Okay, here's another opportunity on AMD. If we're gonna be weak, I want to see some weakness though. Let's see if we're gonna see some weakness. If we are, I want to go short. Stop loss above the VIA 175. But we gotta see the weakness here to get our move. So see. I want to see it drop down to like 174.25. Below that 174.25 would be a good entry. Getting in here is a little risky. If you're anticipating the drop, it's a little risky. This is
Yeah,
going up right
yeah,
now.
because the market's also pushing
Yeah.
higher at the moment. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can struggle below the VWAP. Can we continue on this pattern? Oh, I love that candle. Oh, this is good. Okay, I'm going short. Let's go. Oh, wow. Come on. That's good. Usually it tests my entry. Oh man, guys, I don't usually brag about my trades,
Oh,
but I'm gonna brag about this one.
oh,
20%
Carlos, look
off
at
there.
that,
Yeah, I
baby.
usually don't because I'm not a bragger. But man, that was wow. I took 20% off because we got such a good pop. I mean, just the
Yeah.
timing. The timing. Demi, your sound is good. Make sure you check speakers and everything. Wow. Oh man, that is. Let's see if we can continue here. Might take some more off because it's still strong. We're not seeing this can. I want to see this candle close red and continue, but we're struggling. So and the
Yeah.
SPY is strong. So I'm just gonna take
Oh,
a
Joby,
horrible fill.
Joby, Joby, Joby. I
Take
should
some
have.
more off here. Got a really bad fill, and I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out because we're not selling off fast enough. But man, that was a great entry. Like it's never like I got in and immediately just like dropped quite a bit. So that was pretty nice. I wish it would have kept going, would have been awesome. But man, what a trade. What a
Yeah.
trade. Um
Good,
look,
quick movement, right?
yep. So pretty nice. I mean, it's almost $1 on it on the first draft. So that was pretty awesome. All right, let's take a look what else we have going on here. Oh, look at Tesla. We didn't keep an eye on Tesla. Tesla, beautiful. Is that yeah? Trying to do a 5 minute engulfing towards the top. I do like the 5 minute setup on this. Right. So look at this buying press. I like that. And then this candle is trying to engulf. It's above the V up on the 1 minute. Um, if I get a pullback, I probably will go long on this. All right. What Thanks, Javier. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. I like that. Joby. Wow, Peter. Look at
Yeah, I know.
Joby.
I know.
Joe is in on
Oof.
Joby. Joe, tell me you're taking
Uh,
some. Well, I don't know.
good.
Follow your plan. I don't
Good.
want to.
You've got more
Yeah,
guts
he's.
than I do. So
Well, he
there's
got
no
in
no
pre-market.
reason
He's
not
in
to have
like
taken
a
it.
1805, so he's in really early. But you're up $2, man. Well, what's the strategy? What's it telling you here? I don't want to tell you what to do,
Yeah,
but what's your strategy?
I should have been in. Should have been in,
Oh,
Carlos. It's my own fault.
yeah. Um, just looking at level 2 for now. It's still going up. Yep, yep. Very nice, very nice.
Wow, the
Um,
market really took off here at the
yeah.
open.
Yes, yes, it did. It did. It did.
Andrew got along on Nvidia, so
Mm-hmm. I see that. Where's Brian? Oh, there's Brian. All right, I see
okay, I'm
Brian.
gonna have to make a note here of Joby that I missed this one, missed this trade. Put it put it on my missed trade list.
Now, Andrew has done this before, but it's been a while that we've seen Andrew come in from the club into Nvidia. Long VWAP
Yeah,
breakout, long, partial, partial, partial. He might have to just go back to the club right after
yeah.
this. I mean, I wouldn't stop the party.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. You're
Why
assuming
stop
it's
the
still
party?
open, but yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. It might be closed at this time.
Are you listening to Andrew? He's like, "Don't
I
show me.
can't hear him.
Don't
Oh,
show me
don't
on."
show him. Oh, I can't hear him, so I don't hear nothing.
Uh,
I see him. I
uh,
see him. No,
uh,
you look good. You look good, man. Look good. Look at this trade. Well, we know the ability to party has not affected his trading skills. He still got them. So
that's
good,
for
good trade
sure.
there. All right, friends. Carlos Hood at VWAP. Today turned out much better than I
All right,
thought it would. Hood at VWAP.
8 minutes in, I guess, to the market.
Hood at VWAP. I don't like the previous day close here, but I see what you're looking at. Yeah, this could be a potential breakout as well. VWAP breakout here. But I hate when the previous day close here because now this can act as resistance, you know? So it's a tough
Yeah,
spot.
PLTR.
PLTR, you looking at?
Yeah, just bringing it to your attention.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Here it is. PLTR. At the VWAP. This could be a good
Yeah,
short,
it
Peter.
looks like one of
Yeah,
your
this could
trades.
be a
So.
good short. I need a pull back on it. It does. It does. It does. All right, so far only one trade for me, guys, on AMD. Didn't get the continuation though, but I'm glad I was out. We got a dollar move, and I'm glad I'm out of it. PLTR. Oh no. PLTR, no, please pull back. Just stay here a little bit. Yeah, I could have got in here, but I don't know. I hesitated. I turned to it too late after you mentioned it. Oh, Mike is in on Microsoft. Mike, send us a screenshot. I would love to put it up here on how you traded Microsoft. So he's partial on Microsoft. Microsoft's one of these really steady takers, man. It just keeps going. All right, so here's the pullback. I'm not gonna get better than this. Let me go. Let me go short. I'm going short here. VWAP breakdown. Let's see if we can get towards. What's the low of the day here? No, we're not gonna get there, but maybe low of the pre-market. That's also far. All right, maybe 158. All these levels are like really down there. So let's see if we get 158. Stop loss 159.50-ish. We don't want to go in again. Just we don't want to selling above the VWAP here. So I at least want to get down to 157.60. That'll be 1R. But let's see what the price gives us. All right, so Mike is in chat and he is trading. Maybe Mike could trade live tomorrow. Mike, what you got going on tomorrow morning? Maybe you could trade live. I got you can cover for me. I got hit with jury duty for
Jury duty. Yeah.
yeah for tomorrow. I got to report at 8:30. So report 8:30. 8:30 to 4:30. I always been mailed. I never been actually selected to report. So this will be the first time I'm ever reporting.
Mm.
So
I was, yeah, I've never been to jury duty. I was
really,
selected twice,
no.
and both times
Mm-hmm.
it got canceled.
Oh, okay.
One I was told they can't, I don't know, they came to some pre-court settlement agreement on whatever case I was supposed to be on, and can't remember why the other
Oh,
one was
okay.
canceled, but twice, yeah, I got notice that I was supposed to go, and I was sort of looking forward to it. I'm just curious about how the process works. I don't know. I've never,
Yeah, I
I've,
never been as far as showing up to a court to report. So I guess you are reporting now. It's not to an actual case, and then they see
yeah,
what case they need jurors for, and then they'll place me, and then
okay,
they'll tell me if I need to come back or not. So we'll
okay,
see.
all right. Well,
See how it goes.
see
They
if you make
still
the
do
cut.
that. Yes, they still do that here in the U.S. It's a big part of the of our court system. My PTRs not failing, but giving a bit of a pullback here. Let's see if we can. No crazy serial killers lately. No, I don't want a case like that, man. You could be stuck for weeks on a big case like that. Yeah, I don't want that. Um, Take people that are maybe retire and out of work, and they could use the money because I think they do pay you a little bit here and there. But yeah, take people that are sitting home doing nothing. Probably the best. But then if you
Yeah,
do that, you don't cover. You're supposed to be judged by your peers, so you don't get a
by your
good
peers, yeah, jury
mix.
of your
Yeah,
peers
so
and stuff.
it's doesn't work. All right, 159, 50-ish or 60, I'll stop out. But here we're just testing the VF, so no concern yet. Once we start settling above the
I'm
VF,
not.
so I start getting concerned. But you got to let it play out. Got to give it room. Yeah, Peter?
I mean, do you think you don't really want a jury made up entirely of grumpy old people like me, or even grumpier? Oh, that would be horrible. I
That
think
could
that's
turn out. You're guilty. No
yeah,
matter what you did. But here's my proof. I wasn't in town. I wasn't in the country. You're guilty.
yeah. You look guilty.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
How about the earthquake here over the weekend, friends? Was it Saturday night? I'm
Earthquake?
like, yeah, dude, it was
Wow.
an earthquake here, and I felt it. Like it was a couple of times over.
Wow.
So a lot of North Jersey felt it. Some people in the New York and the Bronx felt it. So, it's one of these
Wow.
things. It was like a 3.0, so it's not, it's not major, but it's one of those things like if
Right.
you're moving or in a car, you're not gonna feel it. But if you're
Okay.
laying still or standing still, yeah, man, I felt it pretty good in my house.
Wow.
It was at 10 o'clock
Cool.
at night or so. And I was
Okay.
like, what the heck was that? First, I thought a tree fell on the house. And
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, I look out the window, there's no tree. And then I thought, okay, maybe a plane fell nearby because I am in my house is like right above Teterboro. Uh, I
Okay.
thought a plane fell nearby. It wasn't that. Then I thought somebody in the house and trying to break in. So I went to get some other gear. And I'm like, okay, so it's not that. Then I started looking online, what the heck happened? But yeah, I went through a couple of different phases and response situations. Pretty funny
Okay.
actually now
Wow.
thinking about it. But no, 3.0, and it was like
Hmm.
you felt it, and you heard like a boom. It was very weird, man. I never heard a boom on an earthquake before, so very interesting.
Okay. Wow.
Um, all right,
Oh, AMD pushing
Sean,
higher here.
absolutely, absolutely.
So is Nvidia.
POTR long and fat. You know what? I'm not mad at that long. I'm really not mad at that long at all. So if you're doing POTR long, I get it. Because if we do break the VWAP here, I am gonna bail on it because we're taking too long, right? So here's the VWAP. We need to see some weakness, but we're not. We're not staying below it. And 159. I'm moving down. I was gonna do 159.60. I'll do 159.50. That's my stop. And yeah, I'm gonna 145, 140. Yeah, I'm out. Okay, so we're out. Just failed to break down here. As Andrew's still long in Nvidia, and he does what he does best, which is add. He adds to his position. There he
Yep.
is. There's the ad, which again, this one I'm trying to add to my game as well. Here's the ad, and then partial, 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 some more. So I'm just playing this lovely today. Um, Joby went as high as 20, 20, 30.
Yeah.
Looks
Oh
like.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the
I, uh,
spy
I, I
and the
I have a lot of
Q's.
regret over not hitting the button on that one. I should
Yeah.
have. So it's my fault. I was watching it. It was in the right spot. I just didn't have the guts to take it. So
Yeah. Went long when Carlos went short. Nice race. Yeah, no, great strategy, man. Great strategy. Worked perfectly. Um let's see here. If what else we got going on? So far AMD worked out pretty good. Became a beautiful long after, and Tesla nothing. Joby, PLTR could be a long back up to the high of the day. What did Amazon end up doing? Actually, Amazon had a nice drop, so that's pretty good. Uh, Excellent. All right, awesome, friends. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Microsoft Mike, who's going to be trading live with you guys tomorrow as I sit in court, is going to be here with you guys. What's your trade, Mike? You put it in the chat, like in our chat. Let me. I haven't
back
turned on
this
my.
thing.
Uh, I haven't turned on my. What is this here? Yep, Telegram. See what we got going on Telegram. BBAI. No, BBAI was. Oh, look at that. It's alive again. BAI has been doing some stuff here.
I've taken this out of the box, Carlos. I've had this thing here for weeks. I've never even
What's
taken it
that?
out of the box.
What is it?
The where's my camera? Why can't I see anything?
Oh, I can see you. The stream. That's the stream deck.
Yeah, the Stream
Yes, yes,
Deck.
yes, yes. It's
I know.
very
I know
nice.
people love these things, but I just
Yeah.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even broken the sticker off of it.
Nice, nice.
Ooh,
You should connect it because it's gonna ask you
brand
to
new.
upgrade the software. So
Oh,
connect
I'll
it
just
and
break
upgrade.
it. Never mind.
Yeah, don't do that. No, it actually supposed to do that. Comes off so you connect the cable in the back. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we gotta get on that. Get
Yep,
that
yep.
connected.
All right, let's see here.
Oh
We
no.
got what happened?
Oh, it connects via USB-C. I don't think I have one of those on my computer anywhere.
What? Come on, Peter. Really? No, you have to have one of those.
I don't know. I've never tried to plug anything in using that, so I think my
Okay.
computer is just old enough that it doesn't. All right, well, we'll find out later when I go
Well.
crawling under the desk to look at the back of my my computer. I
Absolutely.
mean, my laptop does. It
Um.
has one, but
Yeah.
I don't know the desktop.
Here's not trying not what I'm trying to show you. Here's what I'm trying to show you. There we go. Here is Mike's trade. So there it is. What's that? 5 minute RB, Mike? 5 minute RB.
Where's that?
Long
Looks
Microsoft
like it.
partial, partial, partial. He's still in it. So man, that's beautiful and clean. So awesome stuff, man. Awesome. All right. Let's take this off here. Beautiful. Yeah. 5 minute RB plus a break of high, which is nice when you have those two combined. You know, it gives you more confirmation that your strategy is looking to work. So BBAI was also a nice one today. It looks to be in play. 17 million shares traded. Did you trade this one? I'm not sure you are. And then Reddit. Who brought up Reddit? Someone mentioned Reddit. They were really into it in chat this morning, and hopefully it took it. Look at it go. Look at it go.
Yep. Somebody brought up Reddit. Yeah.
That's very, very
All
nice.
right. AMD is stopped its climb here momentarily. Joby also looks like it might be tired for the moment.
All right, I need to find two trades so far. PLTR, which again back down below the VWAP. I don't know, Peter. I don't want to chase. I don't want to. I don't want to play around with it, but that's interesting. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I want to see a pullback, and I might interestingly give this one more shot. And again, this is what I have learned from Andrew. You know, don't be afraid to stop out and get back in. You know, so it's just, you know, I used to be very concerned like about being right or wrong. You just can't. Just trade, stop out, get back in, it'll be another opportunity. When you get the winner, you know, you just make sure you trade, do the trade management accordingly, and you cover your losers. That's it. That's it. But I don't like the volume as much. Oh man, you got to pull back a little more. You got to give me 159. Give me 159. It's not gonna do it. I don't think it is. But I would love to be even closer to the VWAP on this. It looks weak to me. We couldn't make a new high as far as here. Here it is, 159. This is a tough entry, but I'm gonna go short PLTR. Not an easy entry here. I hate going in when it's going up because it could just keep going up. But I think 159 is the entry here. So let's see. Let's see. Short again on a PLTR. We'll try to see if this thing wants to go down. SPY and the Qs are lower now. So hopefully that can help us here on a PLTR. Life Without Grass TV. Thank you, my friend. Have a great day as well. Don't be afraid to party. No, clearly I have to hang out with Andrew a little bit more and then come to trading.
Well, Andrew is good at finding the parties, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Time to short now. Mental game. Yes. Friends, again, thank you so much for the donations so far. Let's show you where we're sitting at here. Again, we're donating for children with cancer foundation. So the foundation name is Kids Cancer Foundation, right? So we're doing that this month. And our goal is $3,000. If we all put a little bit, we can get there. The way to find the donation link is you head over to, what is this at? Head over to the video, and right below the chat, you'll see it. You're going to see donate now. So far, $23 out of 3,000. A little bit more than that, actually. It's 50 that I'm going to put in a second here. And so, yeah, so we'll have a little more. But here, just head to the bottom, you're going to see this donate. Bear Traders gives back, right? Bearish on cancer, bullish on life, friends. So there it is. That's our goal for this month. So head on over. If you had a great trading day, give some back. It'll be awesome, right? So let's help these kids. All right. Let's see what else we have going on here. There's Andrew. Andrew, we're doing pretty good. RGTI. Let's take a look. RGTI. Yeah, another one that actually did very good here, man. RGTI took off pretty nice. What about QBTS? Not as much, but moving. But RGTI was pretty good. Anonymous. All right, whoever that was, thank you so much. Man, a 50 Canadian. Is that Canadian? Yeah, Canadian bond. A lot of Canadians in the house representing, man. Tariffs are not affecting you.
Time.
The tariffs are not affecting. It's not affecting Canada. Canada doesn't care. They're just donating. They're like, what tariffs? We don't. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Whoever that was, I can't tell who it is. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So again, helping us get to our goal. Awesome. Love it. Edwin coming in with a donation as well. 80. Wow, you guys are. I don't know what that is, but MYR. I have to look that up. But thank you, Edwin. Really appreciate it. Again, guys, every little bit helps. You don't have to try to, don't got to send the boat low, but if we all put in just a little bit, we get to our profit target. So awesome. And speaking of profit target, Mike hit his profit target on Microsoft. My man, look at you.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft. Good move on Microsoft higher here at the open.
Yes.
So, Mike's type of move.
Ah, PLTR, you bad boy. Um, let's see. If we don't make a newer high, that'll be
Wow.
great. So we can start going down.
Edwin.
Let's see.
Edwin, who? What are the people? Donated 80 MYR.
What's MYR? I don't know what that is. That's a new one for me.
Uh,
What's MYR? I gotta look this
yeah.
up. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It's coming up Myrtle Beach.
It's
You donated
Malaysian
Myrtle Beach.
ringgit. Malaysian
Awesome, man.
ringgit. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. We got a great community. This is what it's all about right here. This is a
Yeah,
great cause.
absolutely.
And maybe we'll do it every month or every other month. We'll do it. We'll pick a charity we want to help out. So yeah, so help us there, man. Demi, what are you in? What are you in today? What are you trading? What are you trading? All right, let's get this going here. Let's get this going. PTR, you're horrible. You're gonna be choppy today. You're gonna be choppy today. Is that what you're gonna do? Huh?
AMD went down and tested VWAP. Now it's pushing back up a little bit. Nvidia still at the highs. Andrew just like the master he is, played this trade. Doesn't
Here we
matter his
go.
state, eh? He's just
Awesome.
makes
All
it
right,
work.
there's my donation, friends. Let's do this. All right, we're getting there, guys. 128. We are making it happen. All right, let's go. All right, I'm still short pill TR 159. Getting close to my stop here. 159.50. Um, I, I feel not a strategy. I feel like it's on trying to do on a downtrend, right? We can't keep making new highs, but we're not making bigger new lows. So that's not giving me a good, you know, comfort feeling here. But let's see what happens. See what happens. All right. All right. Let's do this. Peter, any trades for you yet? I mean, I know you had the Joby
No,
one you did not jump on.
no.
Any other close looks or anything you like?
I was looking at AMD. I was thinking about taking it short when it showed weakness at the high of day, but I did not. Just
Okay.
watched it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's nothing.
People are telling me to look at Amazon. Yeah, it did. You know what? It's at the VWAP. It's just not these. It's not the stock where it's explosive, right? It might just trend. Like if you don't mind the trending and waiting, this could be okay.
Mm.
Um, but it tends to do that where it just doesn't really run. All right, so Demi, you're in Amazon and Rigetti. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, Amazon here at the VWAP. Uh, we'll see. I'm still short pill TR. Trying to see if we can actually settle below the VWAP, but it's not doing much. Uh, what is Andrew? I just
10
look over
o'clock.
and I see Andrew. What is Andrew? He has his hands up. Is he like FaceTime in the club? Like
He,
what is he putting a playlist in the office? What is he
he
doing? I
he's
see him.
tired. He's done. He's
He's
out.
done. He's done.
Four's in. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good man.
We just had the
Good for him.
factory orders came out
Yeah.
slightly better than expected, but still not a good number. 4.8%
Mm-hmm.
reduction month over month in
Yep.
factory orders. So that's a fairly large decline. But again, better than the forecast, which expected a decline of 4.9%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the main economic data. The other one that was coming out was vehicle sales. I don't see that
Mm-hmm.
number yet. I don't think the vehicle sales number has yet come out.
Yeah.
But the market doesn't seem to care. Look at the market, still
Yeah.
going, still
Yeah.
pushing higher here.
look at this. Look at this $200 Canadian bomb. You guys are just awesome, man. Look at that. Anonymous, I don't even know who to thank, but whoever you are, thank you so much. I mean, this really, really helpful. And again, we looks like we're going to be getting to our goal pretty soon here where you guys are going. So thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Whoever you are, man, woman, like I said, thank you so much, man. But whoever you are, thank you. Really appreciate it. So 274 out of 3,000, 26 days left. I think we'll get there. I think we're on our way.
We're on our way anyways. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. I got in 214.72. I'm out at on SBET. Nice. Damn, you trade quite a bit. I like that. You trade a couple of trades at once in a few positions at once. It's pretty cool. You're on it. Andrew going back to the club. I'm not sure. Nah, I think he's going to the club with I think he's going to club bed with DJ Pillow. I think that's the club he's going to.
DJ Pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Club bed with DJ Pillow. That's it's a good after party club after the club. All right. Let's see. Roblox. I saw someone mention that in a second. Let me look at this POTR though, because I'm in it and it might just stop me out again. Like it's choppy. It's just chopping around. Like this is my second attempt to it, and it's just chopping around. It might just not give us a. And from here it can go either way. It can go either long or short. And I should have waited for a better entry right at the VWAP. I mean, that'll give me an opportunity. Like if it's going to be choppy to come back to here, and at least this will be a partial that's worth it, right? So my entry was not as clean as I would have thought, but we'll see what happens. And then let me take a look at you're giving me Roblox RBLX. What's going on with Roblox? Yeah, look at slow and steady, no spikes, no craziness, but did have an awesome day today. They were in play last week, right? Last week they had did they have some news? Was it earnings last week? I forget, but they gapped up, sold off quite a bit. If you see the daily here, so you could be trickling
Roblox,
off of that.
they did have earnings last week.
It was last week,
earlier,
yeah.
I think.
Okay.
When was it? I gotta go back in my notes here. Thursday, actually, they had earnings. Oh.
Yeah. I need to reset the goal to 3,000 a day. Yeah, I think the fundraiser goal, I think I put it too low. I definitely misjudged how blessed our community is. But three grand is good. 3 grand is good. But yeah, definitely misjudged how awesome you guys are. All right, let's Roblox in play. Definitely doing some stuff here. I'm gonna miss trading with you guys tomorrow. I love this stuff. I'm gonna miss it. But you're gonna have a great trader. And Mike is gonna be in with Peter, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Fig is going down. I expect that to come back down to reality. They had shorts on it. Fig, you had a couple of short inventory with interactive brokers. Yes, gotta be careful with this one. It might not even. Yes, it's 1 million shares for short. So we'll see. This is an IPO though. You see some history back here. It's an IPO that maybe got, some people are saying they got relisted or something. I don't know, but it's an IPO, and yeah, you're seeing the drop here. So just be careful. Down 18%, 11 million shares traded. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm looking at POTR on the screen. It might stop me out here. 159.50ish again. So we just keep coming right back to this area. We're not breaking out, but we're not breaking down. But it's looking more. No, it's not looking bullish. It's just choppy. It's not really doing anything.
Yeah, it's just choppy.
It's just choppy. So it's just choppy. Let's see what it does here. I got a better engine than last time, slightly, so I could hold it a little longer, but not much. Umberto, Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? We dropping? Oh, the breakout. Yeah, yep. Tesla, some good news over the weekend. Just the board doubling down on their fearless leader, and you're seeing that here. So, I mean, they still got tons of issues they got to get through, man. They got a couple of things they got to work out with this taxi robot. When is it really coming out? What's the effects of it? It's just got a lot going on. But that is the future. All right, I'm gonna jump up PLTR. Like I feel like it's gonna come back down, but I don't want to hold through a crazy pop here. On PLTR. And
Yeah,
so yeah,
Carlos, it's in this range though. Like,
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
just yep. It's just kind of stuck here. Um, American Eagle. What's the ticker for American Eagle? Nitro Cooler. I don't even know what the ticker is.
American Eagle?
EA? No, EA is probably EA
No,
Sports. Yeah.
no.
EAG?
American Eagle? It's like
Yeah.
AE something. AEO. Yeah, there you go.
AEO.
AEO.
Okay. All right. I'm not a big fan of the retail companies, right? I think they're and this is New York Stock Exchange. I think their price action is a little bit different than it is with the Nasdaq. Like there are some great New York Stock Exchange tickers, right? There are tons, but the
Right.
retailers they're a little bit tougher for me to trade. I find them a little bit different as far as the price action. So I usually tend to stay away from them. I see what you're looking at here. 5 minute looks great. You have this kind of a bullish pattern forming, maybe somewhat of a bull flag at the 5 minutes. So it could be going higher here, and this one doesn't move a lot, right? Like if you can get 30 cents out of this ticker, you're in good shape, which is not bad for a $12 stock. So you gotta like it. You gotta like it. Your strategy gotta like it. On this one here, how does the daily look? Here it is. I am still short PLTR. It's starting to drop now again, but I have no big hopes it's gonna continue. I'm gonna get a continuation lower. So the daily, are there earnings today, Peter? You might have mentioned it. Sorry if I missed it, but they're
Uh, I mean, there are earnings today. After the close is what we're going to be looking for, of course, at this point, because there wasn't really much this morning. And the big one that we'd be looking for after the close um, is Palantir, PLTR. So, and then Hims and Hers has earnings after the close too. So can't forget about them. So yeah, those would be the two big ones.
yeah. I forgot they had earnings today, PLTR. This could
Mm,
explain some of this choppiness. Um,
yeah.
it's funny. Some stocks, depending on how big they are, though, leading up to earnings, they can trade very well, and others are horrible. This seems to be one that's probably not a great one. So, time to buy PLTR puts. I just want PLTR to get to 158 so I can take my partials.
Come on, drop for Carlos. Come on, PLTR.
Yes. Drop. Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We're sitting at 337, which is pretty good, just at 70-ish away from our goal here. Our goal is 400 a day, so that's awesome. We're right there. So if you had an opportunity to do it, we'll love for you guys to smack that thumbs up button and help us hit our goal here. So far today, what we had? We had AMD trade. Got a quick partial. I'm glad I took a lot off here because I knew this drop could easily bounce back, and it did. It became actually a
It
really
did.
good
Yeah.
VWAP breakout. Like it was an awesome VWAP breakout. Should have looked at it that way, but I wasn't. And then we'll short POTR, trying to see if POTR can drop lower. It's really just stuck in chop at the moment. Oh, close. An $8 move. Yes. It's pretty good here. It's pretty good. All right, what else you guys are trading today? Coin. This market is just, everything is up, Peter. Everything is up. Could be why you haven't found anything today, Peter. Because I know you like your shorts. I know you like your shorts.
Yeah, I'm thinking so far it's still early, right? I mean, it's still very early in the day.
Yep.
I love the trade that Mike took on Microsoft. Microsoft had a great move up off the open here.
Yeah.
Punch right in the first minute, go back, did a VWAP retest, and then off to the races. So good move. So that was good. Nvidia actually, also that's Andrew's trade, of course. Looks good. So unfortunately, Carlos, you got yourself stuck in chop. I feel bad for pointing out PLTR to you, but
No. It's a good call out, man. It was a good call. I was making my move, so no worries at all, man. But it's just chopping around here. We'll see. Well, I'll give it some room. We'll see what it does, but it's just chopping sideways. But I am actively looking at other trades, and I don't see nothing else I can join. So I'm looking at, AMD. I'm looking at Tesla. I just don't see anything else that I could join the party on here. So as I'm waiting for PR to do something, I don't find anything I love. Look at Amazon making a new low. That was a big VWAP rejection. Went to VWAP back down, now in the red. That was pretty interesting on Amazon. Yeah, BBAI, a couple of people mentioned that, and this was one that's also been rocking today. Look at the move. So that's been doing pretty well there. So good stuff. Joby did push down a little bit. Wayfair, nothing great. Wow, Amazon's just not loving whatever's happening. It's not loving it at all. The TR literally sideways. It's 159.30 area. I think it's right where the VWAP is. It's just stuck. Yeah, see that? How you pronounce your name? Foud? I see that. Amazon is just not having fun right now. Lost the low of the day. The previous day close. Big rejection from VWAP. And there's a lot of stuff that was extended today. So if the market starts changing and we start seeing some weakness, we might start seeing a couple of good reversals, right? Not Nvidia. Nvidia is going the other way. Look at that pop, man. 178. What's 178? High of oh, that's just the level we were talking about, right? This is where we got a couple of stuff happening. We got a couple of days that used as their close, right? So you see that coming up to that 178. All right, PLTR, I have to make a decision here. We're making a new high. Yeah, I'm going to get out PLTR. Let's see if we're going to drop below. It's messy, man. It might just do this all day, but it's not doing anything. But this looks like it wants to break out now, so I don't want to stick around if that's the case.
Yeah, it looks like it's breaking at the top, but yeah, it's just tough and aggravating.
It is. Do something. Level 2 is not giving us anything, but it does look. Actually, it doesn't look anything. It's choppy. It's just
Yeah.
choppy. This doesn't look like anything. Doesn't look long. Doesn't look short. It's just choppy because we've been here a couple of times, and every time we keep slamming back down. We've been down, keep slamming
Yeah.
back up. So this is just pure chop. I don't see anything that that looks good on PLTR right now. And it might be like this all day, all the way until you know, into after the close today. Mr. Do, the
Mr. Dude.
do. Is that on purpose? Is that on purpose? I don't know if you did,
Mr.
but
Doo-Doo?
yeah.
Mr. Doo-Doo? Yeah.
Do then do as DUE.
Yeah.
That's another way to say it, right? So
Mr. Doo-Doo.
it's French word for fat. Oh,
Fat. It
okay.
is?
Oh, I did not know that.
Do-do? Is it
Dodu.
do-do?
Okay.
I don't know. Do-do?
Even though I'm
I
not
don't, I
fat.
don't know
mean,
that
it's
word in French.
okay.
Could
Gotcha.
be.
We as men will never outgrow poop jokes. So no,
Right.
it's one of those things where you read it, you just read it the way it is, and then it comes out like, oh, Mr. Doodoo. I'm like, wait a minute, So
Yeah.
it's fun. That's the funny part about it. That's the last thing on your mind till you actually pronounce it.
Tesla. What's Tesla? Tesla's made a little bit of a double top here, but feels choppy here this morning. Not sure where things are going.
Yeah, PLTR looks rather strong now. I think there's a breakout coming. Yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to get out. If we break this new high here, yeah, I'm gonna get out PLTR. It looks like it wants to go. It might come back down, but you know what? I'm wasting too much time just going back and forth on this thing. Not gonna touch it. All right. So what else? AMD, Tesla, Joby bouncing back off the VWAP. PLTR is just gonna chop around. We'll have some fun with PLTR tomorrow, though. I know that for sure. After earnings, hopefully, after earnings, we'll have some fun with it, and maybe to Oh, I'm not trading tomorrow. Oh, never mind. You guys will have some fun tomorrow with PLTR. Gotta go do my
We'll have to purposely watch it.
duties.
Maybe take a trade on it for you, Carlos.
Yes, please do. I was looking forward to that.
Joby's back up at $20. Oh, this one, that's my regret miss of the morning. Honestly, Joby, I should have
Yeah,
been in that.
this would have been your trade, man.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
have to get more bold on these things. I keep missing opportunities. But don't worry, right? The big bulk of the trading day for me is still upcoming. It looks like
Yeah.
Verb. We were watching this company Verb this morning. It looks like it's
Oh, it's
halted.
got halted.
Halted on the way up, so that's good. But it was interesting that it made it this far without halting, and then it just must have had just a big dollar spike, and that was enough to hit a volatility halt. So this thing should go back live at 10:23 and 51 seconds. So
I'm
that'll be
surprised
5 minutes from the point of halt.
I'm surprised they didn't get halted here. Very close.
Mm-hmm.
But this one definitely did it. Okay. Okay, I figured because green, then boom, this is red. So it's different. So the move is not as price wise. It's not
Right.
as big as this one here if you
Correct.
include all these candles, right? So that's it right there. You're really moving
Yep.
from here to here during that short period of time, which is not a big move.
Yeah, because it is the average move over whatever it is, 5 minutes or something,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
so yeah, you're absolutely correct on that.
Harmon, don't do that, man. Take care of yourself. Okay. Your mess is being held by review by YouTube, but yeah, I get you. So what, you're short Nvidia. You're short Nvidia, or you're long? I could hear Brian saying, "Do
Ooh,
not
Tesla back
short
at VWAP.
strong stock." That's a nice. Is that a double top mountain pass here? Pretty
A little early for it, but
a little
yes, it's
early,
very
right?
similar pattern. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little early, but that's it. That's the pattern. So while I was watching it, said I'm thinking that maybe I just need to get more aggressive on some of these things because I
Mm,
bypass them because they're not perfect to my criteria, but my criteria is very restrictive.
yeah. PLTR. Oh, glad I got out. PLTR did break out. I still don't trust a breakout in this thing, though. It's just not trading well. Reddit, Sarah. Yeah, Reddit was nice today. It was real nice. Beautiful 5 minute
Oh
ORB
my God,
breakout right here.
Nvidia.
And it just took off. Look at this,
Mhm.
man. But this would have been the trade for me. It's just that it's hard for me to trade this ticker with the amount of volume it gets. But that is pattern wise, it's a great, great trade. Which one you mentioned, Peter?
Nvidia
Nvidia. Oh,
still pushing higher.
yep.
178, or well, it was just at 178. It's dropped a couple of cents here, but yeah, look at it at the highs of the day.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm running out of runway for today. As far as opportunities, so what we got going on here? Oh, it's not bad. Thought it was worse. Not bad. Only down 275. That's not bad. Thought it was down a lot more. But the AMD trade was good. But I gave that back with POTR. Gave that back. All right. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla came back to the VWAP. Getting a nice move here. POTR looks like it's trying to break out. I don't trust it. I think it'll just be back to the VWAP, so be careful. And this is awesome, guys. Thank you so much again. 274 out of 3,000 so far. We got 26 days left. I think we'll get it. We'll get it. Might be tight. But we'll love if you guys hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Right over here, hit that thumbs up. Let's get to 400. That's usually our goal. We got 923 watching, which is awesome. And here's our goal for today, for this month. Right, giving back to children with cancer. So 26 days left. We'll put 3,000 there. You know, we'll see if we can do it. So thank you guys. For those that have donated already, thank you so much. We appreciate it. A lot of people donating anonymously. So thank you, whoever you are. And again, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I like this because, again, as I said, YouTube takes no fees from this. So everything you donate, the entire amount goes to the actual foundation, right? So there's no like in between middlemen or something like that. So that is pretty cool. Like you see that? POTR back down, then shoots up again. It's just don't fall for it, guys. Be careful. Joby at the high of the day looking to go higher. How about that? How about that?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm getting ready for vacation mode, man. Vacation mode is coming. I got vacation coming up in 3 weeks, but I gotta going away for the weekend to Atlantic City with the kids for a water park. So it's kind of like the final stretch for vacation here in August. So, is it Wildwood? They got like a water park there. I've never been there. But we'll stay in Atlantic City. We'll do the beach. Haven't been to Atlantic City in a long time. I can't remember when was the last time I was down there. So, uh, drive around to some of the hotels that were pretty popular back then. So we'll see. It's been a while. Welcome back, Jillian. Nice. Welcome back. Yeah, it's a lot of vacation. This is like, our summer is so short. And then, Canada obviously has the right idea. They're off today to make it a long weekend to enjoy summer. That's the right idea, 100%. But summer is short if you think about it, man. Summer is like, that's it. Final stretch. And then from there, in 2 weeks, last week of August, I'm off the last 2 weeks of August, and then I'm going to Florida for about 7 days. Gonna go to Florida and hang out there, enjoy the beach, a couple of day trips. Maybe we'll go to Disney. My kids are too young for Disney though. At least the
What? You're
smallest
never too
one.
young for Disney. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Everybody tells me like, she's too young, man. They're gonna get tired and exhausted. Um,
Oh yeah, of course they will.
so
That's all. That's part of it.
what I gotta do is I gotta stay there, right? 'Cause I'm not staying there. Like if I want to go, they say no, you gotta just go and stay right in there. So maybe next year we'll plan something like that.
Right.
Blake, I get that. Same. Yeah, I looked this up. I mean, I was looking this up and talking to people that I know down there. Just like August is not the time to go to Disney. So I'm like, when do you go?
Yeah, that would be pretty
Like,
brutally hot and humid though.
because the summer for the kids is so short, man. Then they got the summer camp. It's tough. So when do you go? Spring break when the prices are probably the highest because everybody's doing the same thing. February, yeah, but then the kids, right? Like, how about the kids?
Right.
I guess I could pull them away, go for a weekend, just pull them away from one day, maybe do something like that. Winter break is not a bad idea actually, because you know Florida's cold weather is like our summer shorts tank top weather, so that could work.
Mm.
Get the fast track pass. Any advice for a young man on marriage? You're getting married, engaged. Like, what's the situation? We can get a. Where's our? Hold on a second. We got someone here that can help you. Pretty good at these things.
Well, Tesla came back down. Interesting. Just looking for wisdom. Oh, analyzing wisdom is looking for
Mm,
wisdom. Whoa.
mm. It
Any
depends, man. It
advice
could be.
for a
You know what
young
I thought
man
about?
on marriage?
I've been getting some random thoughts, Peter. I mean, something's wrong with my brain. I've been getting some random thoughts, man. So I was just sitting there. I don't know what I was doing.
Well,
Go ahead. You say?
no, come on. Don't say don't. I don't regret for a second my
No,
marriage. I
no,
think
no,
it's
no.
great. I mean, look, some of the old jokes are still the best advice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, uh, you know, uh, so like when like have you heard the old jokes that the two most important words in a marriage? Yes, dear. The three most important words in a marriage? You were right. The four most important words in a marriage? I love you very much. And the five most important words in a marriage? let me buy it for you.
100%.
So there you go. Just
A
remember
hundred
those.
percent. This is brought to you by Dr. Peter. But yeah,
That was
it's so
six
funny.
ways.
Yeah. So it's random thought, man. It's just craziness, right? And if you're religious, you'll get this. But again, just me thinking, I'm like, you know what? If you believe in the Bible, if you believe in Christ, being here on earth, there was one thing he didn't go. There was one thing that he did not get a chance to do right before they crucified him, was be married. And it's probably for a reason that he probably would have had a very hard time. Like that's the one thing he wasn't able to, show us how it's done. Life was cut too short, right? Because it would have been insane to hear some of the Bible stories, like if Jesus would have been here married and how to deal with women. That's the one thing you
You
don't
just
get
think
from the Bible.
you think it would have been totally different?
Nah, I think he would
Yeah.
have done his thing. But that's one of the challenges he didn't have to face. He passed everything else, but that challenge was tough.
The the some honest advice, the jokes aside, if you're not if you're not marrying your best friend, don't do it.
Yeah, I
If
just can't
she or
settle.
he
Yeah,
is not, you don't consider them like your most trusted and best friend, don't do it
yeah, yeah.
because you need
You
that.
can't settle, man. You can't settle. I know you might hurt some
Yeah,
feelings on the way over there because someone's gonna think you're my soulmate.
yeah,
And you're like, you're not. You gotta do what you gotta do. Don't get over it. You just can't settle. That's it.
yeah.
You just can't settle. If you settle, and that's what happens a lot too. Like people get together, and they get together for comfort, and they're used to a person, and they
Yeah,
keep that going, but it's not their person. So it's tough.
yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, of course, G-man. You should consider them hot, or you probably wouldn't be. You shouldn't be considering the marriage. But anyways, because you need that friendship, because that just saying your best friend, that implies a whole lot of stuff, right? It implies trust. It implies a commonality of point of view. It implies you can have a conversation with them, right? There's a lot of stuff that just finding somebody hot or being attracted to them, it doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but
Yeah. No, Dave. Trust me. I'm very familiar with the Bible, of course. It's just a thought that happened. Like, he didn't have to go through that, did he? But no, the Bible has tons of advice on marriage, of course, and everything else. All kinds of stuff you can find there. But
Are we getting
yeah, marriage
religious
is
here?
tricky. Yeah, we definitely are,
no,
Peter. I
hey,
mean,
we
Brian.
we we cover the
Yeah.
gamut here, Brian. Should know that
We
by
cover
now.
everything from
Okay.
stocks to relationship
Yeah,
advice, you name it. We
yeah,
cover it. We'll get deeper into
Man.
these topics if wasn't trading, but yeah,
Just
absolutely.
Yeah.
some chop it here. AMD is at the high of day. I see that Nvidia is also pushing up here towards or at the high, so that's good. We'll see if maybe we get some breakouts and then some opportunities. Looked like there was some excitement, Brian. It was your trading partner who decided to arrive without a shirt today.
Yeah.
He was here, he conquered, and off to bed, I guess, right? Did he
Yeah.
actually say that he hadn't slept yet? Did he come right from the club? I missed that part.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Credit to him. I guess my little birdie was wrong about him not showing up. So only Andrew, right? Only Andrew can stay up all night, party,
Oh
show
yeah.
up, say, "Here we go. Let me just make twenty thousand
Exactly.
dollars, and then I'm off back to bed. See ya."
Mm.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
My favorite part of the Bible is Ezekiel 9, 5 through 7.
Okay.
What is on there, my friend?
Uh, let's not go there.
um, Jordan, me and my best friend been together for 15 years, almost getting married soon. Good luck, man. Good luck, good luck. In a good way, in a good way. Good luck in a good way. You know what
All
happens is
right.
though,
Yep.
you just can't, and we'll hop off of this. We'll let Brian take over. You just can't stop treating them
Well,
like your girlfriend. That's
damn.
it. Treat them like your girlfriend. You'll be okay.
That's
'Cause
sorry. Okay,
Wow.
I was
Tesla.
shocked. That's a harsh passage there, Brian.
yeah, I gotta look that one up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember that. But it's
Yeah.
Brian, so I can only imagine. All right, here it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a quick break. Brian, anybody else with you, or is it just you?
No, it's Thor jumped on when Andrew started to flame out, and
Okay.
then yeah, so it's just me here this morning, and yeah, Canadian holiday, but U.S. going strong. When's the next U.S. holiday? Market
Market
holiday? Is it?
holiday?
Is
I
it?
don't know.
Uh,
Let's check.
probably Labor
The,
Day, I would assume, right?
yeah, Labor Day. I was gonna say
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
you
when
guys
people like stop
don't
wearing
get
white
another
after
break
that.
through the summer.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Nope, nope.
Labor Day, yeah, Monday, September 1st is the next time the markets are closed, and I think that's the next
Yep.
holiday of any type in the US.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't see Andrew getting married anytime soon. Uh,
No.
or if you've been with our community for a while, you would know his brother Artie
Hmm.
is getting married
Oh,
this week.
oh, is it this
So
week? Okay. So soon.
yeah, he's apparently there's a official ceremony that's happening maybe even today. I'm not even sure. I think Andrew was saying
Okay.
he had to get up again to go to the official ceremony. There is another
Explains why
ceremony
his
I'll
mom
be
is here.
going to. Yeah, there is the other sort of, I guess the unofficial ceremony is happening next weekend on
Hmm.
Saturday. So I'll be taking that in. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Tesla's really selling off here. It's interesting.
Yeah, it did. It double topped and then sold right off. And
Yep. Yeah. Double topped. Man, I missed that double top. That was a drag. So my best trade here was TQQ. Just jumped into the index there as it started to break out. All out of that trade now, but that worked out quite well. Yeah, he was with Andrew's brother Artie was with BBT for quite a while.
hmm.
Um, he he decided that there was some other things he'd like to do, like to explore. He's fairly young guy, so he decided to try a different career path for the time being.
Hmm.
But yeah, we like Artie.
Yeah, he's a great guy. All right, guys. There's
Yeah,
lots. There's lots
Apple's
to
had
watch out here. Not sure
yeah,
what's going.
Apple's had a good day today. So
Hmm.
Microsoft's had a good day. Alphabet's had a good day. The only stock that's struggling that's kind of interesting is Amazon.
Yes, it's been selling off.
Yeah, so kind of crazy, a little bit surprising. CRCL has been getting a rough ride here today.
It. And it shows why you can't trust, you don't trust social media for trade information. Because I was checking stock twits, which, people often have conversations. They're like, I'm not worried. Amazon to the moon. It's going to be a $3 trillion stock soon. And,
Yeah, yeah,
it's going up and like, all this bullish commentary. And then I look at this, I say, oh, I better go see what Amazon's doing. And I look at it, it's like, it's just heading down. I'm like, okay. Um,
yeah,
you might be wrong in the
yeah. I've
right in
had
the
a
long term. In the short term, you guys don't have it right at all.
Yeah, I took a short on Amazon with some options. Kind of bounced back when it hit PDC,
Hmm.
but it's continuing to sell here. Spy is struggling here. Q is struggling. We're not just not, and since about 950, we haven't made any significant move one way or another. So we just seem to be chopping along here.
We do.
Yeah, Amazon's sitting right at Friday's low, and it's trying to hold here. If we look at the trading terminal homepage, take a look at what sectors are doing well today and what aren't. Consumer cyclicals, Amazon's in there. Interesting. It's red when everything else inside there. A lot of it is green. Tesla's up, Home Depot's up, McD, which is actually reporting this week.
Talking about McDonald's? Or what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Uh, Mackers.
So what do we got? After the close, we've actually got some interesting tickers reporting. We've got PLTR. Might get a little more
Yeah.
color on their contracts with the government. We've got HIMS, which has been
Yeah.
a great stock to play.
Hmm.
Um, Melly, which is sort of the Amazon of South America, I believe. So that'll be interesting. And of course, we got the big one. I think we'll be doing a YouTube. We'll be on YouTube for the close tomorrow. It'll be we've got a number of stocks that are going to be interesting tomorrow afternoon. AMD, Rivian, Amgen. Um, we've also got Supermicro. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow after the close. If you can join
Yeah.
us on YouTube, that'd be great.
Snapchat and Lucid.
Yeah,
Yeah. All reporting tomorrow after the close. So it's going to be busy. Are we doing a live thing?
yeah, I got a ton of uh, ton of interesting stuff
All right.
happening.
I don't know that we're going to be. I'll have to talk to Carlos. He's heading off to jury duty tomorrow. Of course, you never know with jury duty,
Ah,
right? Jury duty is one of those things that can last all of 5 seconds. You get there and they're like,
yes,
nope, don't need you anymore. Go home. Or you're there for, 5 months because you got the
yeah.
capital murder trial or something, right? And, yeah. So we'll see. Tesla's
Right.
really
Oh,
selling
spies
off
starting to
here.
sell. Qs are starting to sell off. Wow, Tesla just started to melt down there after it lost that 307.50 area, which it held a couple of times earlier.
Hmm. Yeah, Jax, it's
Uh,
I always feel when I get the summons for jury duty, I'm like, I'm gonna go do it because hopefully I can bring some balance and perspective. I figure it's a duty. It's part of being, part of our society and its structure. I'm not gonna try and get out of it. But
um,
but that being said, the only two times I've been called, they've canceled it. So I've never even had
yeah,
the opportunity.
yeah, mental game. It just depends on whatever, sort of theory I'm basing my or you know what whatever I'm formulating in terms of a trade plan for that particular stock, um, whether it's daily, monthly. Like I use options. I trade options with Tesla. Usually, just day trade the options. And Nvidia, I day traded some options with Amazon this morning. I like to sort of day trade the liquid options. But if I'm looking at a stock like I've done trades with BA where I've taken monthly options, gone way out in time, and again, theory being that with for example with BA might be like a bottom, and I'm looking at it for more of a long term reversal. I've traded TLT options in the past, long term. Sometimes I'll look at trading options that, based on earnings reports. So I'll take a look at the earnings reports, see where the stocks kind of top out or bottom out, and then take some trades that might be weeklies or longer, or we get a bounce back on the SPY and the Qs. But I'm glad you enjoyed my book. I'm assuming a number of people took advantage of the fact it was free as an e-reader on the weekend. So if you did check out my book and enjoyed it, or you didn't enjoy it, whatever, I always appreciate an honest review on Amazon.
Yeah, the reviews are important.
So
It really helps. It really
yeah,
helps other people know what people think of it, and I
yeah,
guess they promote it more, right? When you get more reviews,
yeah.
which is good.
No planned giveaways today, but
No.
I believe later in the week we'll look at something. Wow, SPY bounced right back up to high of day. Same with the Qs. Buying brigade came right in there. And now we're pushing to a new high on the SPY. Yeah, I've been called to jury duty several times, but every
Have you?
time I got rejected. They didn't. The lawyers didn't like me.
Really? So like you even went through and
Yeah,
they did the whole like the interviews thing, and it was during the
yeah, I got
interviews that they said, "Oh wow,
dragged around. Yeah.
okay."
What do you do? Yeah. What's your profession? Just tell them I'm an engineer. If you don't want to get called for Judy, tell the people you're an engineer, because I think they
Really?
they don't like. Yeah, maybe I don't know. That's my theory. It was either that or the red clown nose I was wearing. Maybe they didn't like that.
Yeah.
Um, how do I use options for day trading? Well, basically, I I just use I definitely still use the regular charts. I don't use charts for the actual options. I use the regular price volume charts. I use to a certain extent. I use, as you know, I people use Bookmap, so I use that as a tool to help me figure out where where certain levels might be for buying and selling liquidity. Wow, look at Tesla just tank.
No,
Geez,
it's
I could
just
have traded that as a 9 EMA rejection. Damn. Amazon breaking down some more here.
it's really dropping
Um,
here.
anyway, so yeah, I just have I trade options through DOS. DOS has a pretty good platform for trading options, so I just have the options tables up, and the option strike price that I choose is always very close to the money.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
if I was inclined to take Tesla long right now, I'd probably do it with a 305 calls.
damn, big, massive spike down here on Apple. Get
Yeah,
Apple up on the
something I don't
screen.
know what happened there. There was
Look
a
at
like I
that.
said, huge drop. That Tesla rejection at the 9 EMA was really beautiful, almost perfect. So Tesla's probably going to bounce here. It's at R3, 304.20. Yeah, had a pretty big drop there a few minutes ago. Both SPY Qs actually dropped too.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm using the price, the regular charts that we would trade off of. But if I see a long opportunity, I'll just go long calls. Just buy calls. If I see a short opportunity, just buy puts. There's been some heavy selling on Tesla. I think Tesla maybe if it goes to retest the previous day close, which is around 302. I'm going to call it 302.50-ish. It would definitely be a place for a bounce. Yeah,
You're saying
SPY Q's rolling over
302.63,
here.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Caleb, that happens, eh? Don't you hate it when you got trades like that? Just comes out, does that one push higher just to
Yeah,
stop you out before it makes a big move in your favor. Would have been in your favor.
yeah. I guess, yeah, you're right. You could be right, Ghost. Engineers don't tend to be more logical and less empathetic.
So we don't want logic in the courtroom.
You don't want, you want empathy.
uh, I would yeah, I would
Love
like to
to
think
short
that you'd
Tesla
want
here,
a
but it's,
logical jury. Wow. Nice trade
mm,
there on Apple Victoria. I'm impressed you held for that little pop up. And yeah, you got great partials as the big spike down. So well done. Well, very well done. Oh, apparently we got.
yeah, UNH could be interesting. I mean, I think they've reported already. I mean, yeah, when you get a really oversold condition when you in a stock like UNH, I mean, it definitely could be an interesting play for a long term. Yeah, look at Tesla. Tesla's definitely heading towards PDC here, I would say.
Like it. Yeah, it's getting close now. 302.63 is the previous day close. So see if it goes red here on Tesla. My goodness, it's really dropping.
Hmm.
Apple, Apple bouncing back a little bit after that big drop.
Yeah, got really close to that level. Sometimes Tesla overshoots, like it would drop a little bit below and then come back up. Sometimes you just don't quite get there.
Right, guys, we're getting close to the top of the hour here, which means Thor's going to
Yes.
come in and be taking over. Brian and I
I don't know.
are
Is he?
pseudo
I thought he was
holidaying.
traveling.
Uh,
I thought he was
is
on
he?
the road.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Guess we'll find out in 3
So,
minutes if he shows up or not.
any other questions here before I see? Okay, what's the reason they traded options instead of stocks? Um, I like the movement on options more. You just get a better return. I mean, I can make $1 or two on an options trade that I might have to wait for. That could be take a lot longer to get on a stock trade. So if and it's just more capital efficient, basically. You get bigger moves quickly. That can be a double-edged sword. And I don't trade. And I like to do it on the larger cap stocks that have very liquid options. I wouldn't do it on a stock like OKLO, which I traded a bit this morning. I just use the shares, but I just like the way the options trade on stocks like Tesla. Tesla's probably one of the most heavily traded options in the options market, especially with all the hood and meme traders and that. Yeah, you can get yeah. Uh, have I tried working with TWS? TWS actually doesn't. It's the options trading on TWS is actually not too bad. I I don't really care for the stocks. It's a little more awkward. Although I haven't tried. I know they've got some beta version out of some of their platform. I haven't tried it. Um, but sure, I mean you can trade with TWS. I mean it's a little bit better than trading with a basic platform. But the reason a lot of us use DOS is because of the good order execution. You tend to get a little bit better fills in terms of pricing and the tools. They're just much more. It's much more easier to get in and out of trades. So
I love that they've got theories, Brian, as to why you didn't get accepted for jury duty.
oh yeah,
You say it's being an engineer. It could be. I don't know. Could be
yeah. I
because
think.
when they saw his profile picture, it looked something like this, right? This is what, look at those three guys
Oh, here we
looking
go.
all, yeah, see? It's like there's a classic.
Yeah,
That's
haven't
that's when we
having too
first
much
met.
fun.
That was San Diego
Yeah,
in 2018. Of course, then we
that's
go out at
crazy,
night.
eh?
This is what we really look like.
Yeah, look at how young Andrew looked in that other picture. That's funny. I think
And
he's
this one,
aged.
yeah, no
I think
kidding,
all the
eh?
stock trading has aged him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I still had so many colors. Well, speaking of young, this is probably because, and then when you dress up for jury duty, you put a suit on, and then that's what Brian looks like when he shows up for jury duty. So,
Yeah. Yeah, look at that young guy. Yeah.
Looking sharp.
The
Looking sharp.
youth. Yeah. Yeah, very thoughtful. Got the giant tie on.
Mm.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to drop off here. So, top of the hour. Hope everyone had a good day. It
Yeah.
was certainly an interesting day. Markets just lit up right at the open. So, a lot of opportunities to get long. So, but now we're getting into some sort of summertime chop. So, just be careful the rest of the day here, and we'll, yeah, the 70s. Yeah, what was that? That was the 70s. You're right.
You want to see really young
All right.
Andrew? This is the picture he hates. You guys, the youngest picture we have of Andrew. I'll only show it for a minute, so pay attention. You ready? Here it is. That's like pre-trading Andrew. There you go. It's like, look at that guy.
We don't see it.
I don't see it.
Oh
Show
no,
me.
it was on the screen. I think so. Hold on, here it comes again.
Now it is. Now it is.
There he is. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a really young guy.
That's a really young Andrew.
That's
There he
really,
is. Oh.
for most of you. I mean, I met Andrew with another company totally unrelated to stock trading. It's when I first met Andrew. It was a clean tech company that we both worked at, and so we did a little business travel together, and he got interested in stock trading, and the rest is history. So, all right, we'll catch everyone a little later on.
All
Cheers,
right,
everyone.
Thor.
Rest of your
Welcome
day.
from
Hey,
random hotel room or wherever you're at.
random hotel room. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'm actually in Panama Beach, Florida. So for anyone
Beautiful.
who can see in my background, I'm kind of set up because I want to be like Andrew when I grow up. But the only way I can get a view like this is to go to a hotel room and act like I'm cool. So here I am.
Nice.
So, yeah, there you go. Carlos has got
Look
me
at
up. There you go.
that. There you go. Looking awesome. Okay. Well,
So, yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So for those of you who can see my screen, I kind of have a trade going on right now that I'm going to cut here, I think, in a minute if it comes back up. So I really didn't find any tickers that I liked today at all, and I didn't have any calls. So I decided to play a reversal on NQ when it finally got kind of set up here. And it was really holding. It made a high of day, and it struggled to break high of day, and then it reoffered it and made an even lower high. So I went ahead and went short there. It did reoffer, but then we had a really nice sell. So I am on 2 contracts of NQ right now, obviously. So which is a fairly stout size. So I risked about 250 or $300 on this position. So right now I'm up. I was up about $2,000 at one point, I think, and I'm up about 1,300 or so now. So if this squeezes back up, I'll go ahead and get back out. If I break, if it makes a new high here and then squeezes, I'll get out of it and just capture maybe like $700 or $800, and that'll be enough for me today. I don't need to make much more than that in a day. But my idea is I'm trying to play short here, and I'm hoping we're going to go back to VWAP. So, and if we make that full run, could be around like maybe a $3 or $4 move if it makes that run. So, and it looked like we had topped out pretty well. So we'll see what happens. If this squeezes and takes me out, I'll just take a little bit of money today and just call it a vacation, right? And then we can start packing up. So how's everybody out there on YouTube? How are you all doing? Make sure you throw me some thumbs up, likes, all of that good stuff, right? Good to see everybody. I have some announcements that I wanted to make. Not only am I in lovely Panama City right now, I'll be driving home as soon as I'm finished here. Hopefully the Gestapo won't kick me out. But yeah, so like nobody. Are we just not seeing the chats? I feel like my chat on my YouTube isn't like moving at all. Give me a thumbs up if everyone, can you hear me okay? And everyone alive in here? Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, let me try and pull this up on my web browser. It'll just take me 2 seconds. And by 2 seconds, I mean like maybe a minute. All right, on my way. Yeah, it totally wasn't working. All right. All right, there we go. All right, so now let me pop the chat out. So yeah, I was right. It totally wasn't showing me you guys at all. All right, so now I can see lots of hand waving. All right, hey everybody. Oh, here we go. See if we can start selling. So look at the order structure on the NQ. So I traded in the Bear Bull Traders chat room this morning, and when I was trading this morning, we around, maybe about, hey Nathan, what's up, buddy? A little bit around this. Nathan's here in case the Gestapo shows up. So technically, what happened earlier today is I asked for a late checkout, and I never really got an answer. But I kind of figure in the world of late checkouts, no answer is a yes, right? Don't you feel like I feel like more like a no is a no in this situation? So there is a chance there could be like a get out, and I'll be like, so if that happens, we've got Nathan here. He had his sunglasses. He's still got Jordan's wingspan. So I think with everything, I think we're going to be good to go. T Chad, what's up, fam? How are you doing, buddy? So yeah, man, that's awesome. How are you doing, buddy? How was your weekend? Nice. Nice. I'm excited about that, man. I went for a run on the beach, and my calves are killing me. Like there is such a difference between like running on flat pavement versus like running down a beach. You know what I mean? Stuff's crazy. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Mark Douglas? Well, the real Mark Douglas, please stand up. What's up, buddy? He was doing the whole Blue Angels thing up his way the whole like last week. So I was getting all of these little cool videos from him of like flybys and stuff like that as he was out on the control boats and stuff like that. It was pretty sick. So really fun, man. Good to know you're going to be a little less busy for a couple of days, but tough problem to have, right? Order book on CRCL. We can do that while we're chatting. So speaking of, while I'm pulling up an order book, so everyone, if you check out Nathan's social or my social, because he tagged me in it, tomorrow is the day. Remember that I've been announcing to everybody that we are going to have Spot Gamma on to talk about their program. Spot Gamma, one of our affiliates. It's especially awesome for options traders. But I think even for equities traders, the knowledge that you're going to gain from that presentation on how options affect the market. I've already looked through some of the slides. It's really cool stuff. So please, 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 unless you are just like not interested in knowledge, you know what I mean? You've got to come by and hang out with us. It is going to be on YouTube for the record. So it will be available later for the record. But it's no fun if you don't come and like party live with us while we're doing this. It's going to be great questions. We have maybe you could speak a little bit about JT's bona fides as far as like his acumen on all of those things, Nathan.
Shannon coming at you. So JT is my coach and mentor for Bookmap and also for Spot Gamma. He is very close to Brandon Matt there and basically helping them develop all of their indicators and a lot of their private algorithms and things. Like he's the guy that goes out and tests and works out all the bugs and knows the ins and out. I feel like better than anybody because he's been very, very important for me in learning Spot Gamma and picking it up and figuring out how to use it. So you're going to get the right information from the right guy to get it from.
Y'all wonder why Nathan is so good at reading Bookmap. You got to think the different people who taught him how to read it between these guys at Spot and then spending a lot of time with me. No wonder the dude's a Blue Jacket winner because he's also been in Bookmap working with the guys over there. So if you guys want to know why we have Nathan doing our introductory, all of our Bookmap and introductory stuff, we'll have to do that,
Oh, did they say they can't hear me?
No, I think they can hear you.
Okay, I saw that comment.
Tomorrow, 11 to 12. So I'm actually short right now in the NQ, Nathan. Once it looked like it was rolling over and it started absorbing, I'm getting a little anxious while I'm holding my position here. I am going to take it off if it goes and makes a new high above right here, just to take. It shouldn't, with this discount area and this premium area, it shouldn't go above that. If it does, I'm going to probably still make like $600 or $700 on the position, which will be really nice.
The book still looks good, but yeah, I mean, that was some really nice absorption we got there right around 11. I mean, and then that higher low that's starting to form too. We're wedging right here. That seller kind of needs to come back in over the top if they're going to come in.
We have an order front running at 23,220 on NQ that I think is helping. Where did I get in, Mark? You're in at 23,238. I'm in at 23,251, spot 75. Because I'm freaking nailed it, actually. It was a really good entry. I had to get really close to high because I ran my stop right above high of day. It was the only way I could get like an under $500 risk on 2 contracts reasonably. But pew, 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 pew. That's awesome. In possible trades, what do the letters mean? LCLAHE. So these are the possible plays that are available according to my playbook. Or my trading system. So if you've bought my book, A Complete Day Trading System, which has been out for a few years now, it has all of my different plays completely outlined. And then when Bruz built the indicator for me, the indicator for TV, the indicator lets you know what plays are available. So if it's an L play, so it's labeled L, that means it's lower range. And then if there's an A, B, C, D, E, or whatever next to it, there's 6 plays for each type of, inversion. So if we're in a lower range, there's 6 plays. If we're in a higher range, there's 6 plays, right? So the A through, the LA would be a lower range R3 to S3, right? But you won't need to know that because the program will tell you that. It'll say LA, lower range. But if there's 3 or 4 plays available, especially on a neutral range, right? On a neutral range, you get all the plays technically, right? So you'll get L plays and H plays. So if you have like you were saying, LCLAHE, right? The HE is a reversal play. I think that's the R6 or the S6 or the R6 reversal. I forget. Yeah. R6 reversal or the lower range, breakout and return plays. So. Why did I take the play on NQ when it wasn't alerted? We had exceeded my calculated ATR, or we had exceeded where I thought we were going to go ATR high wise by a fairly significant margin, and the VPA looked like it was going to sell. So for me, I didn't have any alerts, so I haven't had. Look at this. Look at my alert box right now, completely empty. So I was really kind of like,
That doesn't happen very often.
It rarely happens. So I was really just still looking for a play, and I wasn't really obsessed with taking one. But then when we made the high here, I saw a very obvious structure, a book shift structure. And as we tried to buy here, that was my first clue that we had found the top, really, other than the order book structure or something near this top. I started calling out in the DVT chat room. We're in the top or chop area now. And so you can see here, we had this really large buy, but this really large buy was absorbed. It didn't result in like any significant price movement, right? So because of that, I really like that. If this should have been like an engulfing or something. And then as we pushed back to the high, look what happened to the volume, right? We just ghosted, right? So that's why my ghost candles are so fun, right? If you start to rally and you don't see any volume, that means there's no volume. So, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I have stopping volume, right? And then I have this weak struggle, and the struggle is always what I'm looking for, but I didn't see enough sell volume to really make me think we were ready until here. You can see here, we had a really big sell candle, right? And then, but it didn't engulf. So I waited for the reoffer, and again, on the reoffer, we ghosted. And that got me close enough to the high of day that I could toss a trade in on it and give it a shot. So, and then once I'm in, I don't exit my positions. So I'll only exit them if I make money. So in this instance, because I'm running some pretty serious risk right now, and I can actually only take a certain amount of drawdown, right? Because I'm mirroring this through three different funded brokers, three different funded brokers, 4 different funded accounts. So because of that, some of them have a small threshold for what's called a trailing threshold. So when I trade full size, one of the things I have to be careful with is if I've made too much positive money, like my trailing threshold is $2,500. So if I go up to like $3,000 worth of profit, and then I go all the way back to break even, I'll trigger my trailing threshold, right? Because I've actually lost $3,000, right? Even though I didn't lose $3,000. This is that. I'm going for a little bit of a bigger swing on this one, which is why I haven't closed it with 2K. So I'm going to run it here, and I'll make $700 or $800 either way. But I really think this could return to VWAP, and if it does, if this breaks this low and moves this low, what I'm going to do is I'll pull this stop down, and I'll probably pull it back down onto this like high here or something like that. And then if it reclaims R6 and breaks, I'll just take like 2K. But I really actually, with the order book structure is the main reason. Nathan, when you look at NQ's order book, what is the first thing you think?
Oh, it's bearish, but
it's really bearish.
Is this an iceberg we're getting into? And so breaking these lows, these previous swing lows, is going to be big, especially that one down there at 87. So let's see if we get this absorption here.
Like we have a void above us right now. So there's not a lot of orders to the top side. So, and we're breaking this low. So for me right now, the reason why I'm willing to leave this one on is because the order book to me looks like we're going to sell off. Now, it doesn't mean we're gonna, but I'm willing to hang my hat on this one a little bit, especially with every time we've gone up, it's been a very weak offer. But you never know. I mean, we're in a buying range on the month a little bit. And so you never know, but it's worth the swing on this one. But like I said, either way, I'll make some good money on this one. See negative gamma below us could be interesting if we move a bit lower. Yeah, newbie said.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're getting into some selling pressure too. But yes, he's right. There's some negative gamma, which means we could make some fast movement through these levels.
To the downside, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait for this presentation tomorrow with spot gamma.
Yeah, we got that. We're into some selling pressure. So yeah, we could really move. And if we start to move lower through here, like we have a pretty big gap we can move through pretty quickly. So, but there's that absorption again.
We had a little bit of a little supply coming to the top side here. We're getting a little bit of a structural movement, but we're right at R6 and underneath it. So I'm looking. Oh, thank you. Algorithm sold right there off of R6. Algo facing. There's a selling.
Anybody
Look
in
at it
here
selling right off of that.
a Supernatural fan? Just
Thumbs up if you guys love
information.
the series Supernatural. Also,
Yeah,
thumbs up if you like seeing me holding 2 full-size contracts.
It's my favorite show, and Thor was pretty excited when he heard that I like to. I'm a geek and I love Supernatural, so we like to algo hunt. So we call ourselves instead of ghost facers, we're algo facers.
Algo facers.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could be an iceberg here too, right under NQ.
Hopefully they'll melt it.
Yeah, do some melting.
We've been distributing ever since I think it was I forget. So it was ever since 10 o'clock Eastern. So right now I am losing my mind because I'm in Panama City, Beach, which is in Florida, but it is not in the Eastern time zone. So like every 3 seconds, I'm just like losing my mind because I'm off by 1 hour. It's like being in Chicago. Like every time I look, I'm like, oh, it's 10:22.
Yeah, I didn't know part of
whatever.
Florida was in another time zone. That's interesting.
Do 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 do. ORK. Don't tell anyone. He asked he said, so you're short 2 contracts of NQ and 4 accounts. Like, don't talk to anybody. You're going to jinx it. But that's why I'm saying, even if I only make $700 or $800 on this trade, I mean, it's mirrored or it's copied. So it's actually like even just $700 or $800 is, a little bit more. Nathan, what are your thoughts on MES? AMD BS7 is asking. I really like this name, AMD BS7.
Peter will love it. I wonder how much liquidity Peter's added to AMD over the years.
Too much. Oh. Okay, so real quick, and then Nathan will tell you about MES. So you don't have to link TV to Ninja. TV is linked to my account. So I have an account, and then Ninja is also linked with that account. And then I use a trade copier called Replicanto. And so you can install it as an add-on through Ninja. So basically, anytime I take a trade through TV, when that account loads into my control panel in Ninja, my replicator picks up that transaction and then copies it into my other trades. Obviously, there can be a little slippage because you're talking about a lag, especially like right now, my trade copier is running on my computer at home. So I'm using like go to my PC to, and I remote into my home PC and get everything turned on, make sure it's all working. And then I trade off of my mobile phone, for instance. Like if I take a hit off my mobile phone, credit cards, everyone gets paid. If I take a hit off of my mobile phone or take a trade off of my mobile phone right now or while I'm at the airport, as long as I've logged in and made sure we're all good, then it's hitting all of my accounts.
Yeah.
There we go.
MES looks very similar to MNQ. I mean, with kind of how it's structured, it's just that stacked liquidity lower is really becoming a problem.
Yeah, I'm really not happy that we could not go down to VWAP there, and we're pulling back up to that 23,220 order we've had on NQ for a while. That keeps absorbing, so we're going to go hit that one again.
Yeah, somebody was asking about Tesla earlier, and Tesla keeps buying up, and I believe it looks like that's what's kind of pulling everything up with it. Well, there's a number of things, Meta too, and a little bit on Nvidia. But yeah, Meta's really, really pushing higher.
What's the advantage of using the aggregate in the COB column in Bookmap? Nathan, I will definitely throw that one to you.
It's just going to aggregate a lot of the orders together. I don't use it. I'd rather have the orders separated out as much as I can, just so I get a more detailed view. But if you're wanting to not kind of know more of the area rather than the exact spot, you can aggregate the data and it'll just I think it uses just a little bit less memory or something. If your computer is going a little bit slower, running slow, you can aggregate the data and it will speed some of that up a little bit. But I do not aggregate it.
You're asking, do you know the percent or ratio of all fees versus profit? Is it like 5%? And do you mean on like a funded account RVR? Always a little YouTube delay. On IBKR, it depends. So if you're trading on IBKR, that's not going to be a funded account. That's going to be a retail account that you'll be utilizing to trade. So your fees, I don't know the fee structure directly off the top of my head for IBKR. Because I do want to say that make sure you are using. They're here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to dip in a minute.
Okay.
I would recommend looking into IBKR's website as far as like actually determining what those are. So funded accounts are different per funded account, right? Each broker does their own different ones. Some are 90-10 splits, some tier based upon how much money you've made over time. So, if you're interested in a particular one, you know what I mean? I would highly recommend looking into it. And so Mr. Dodu actually just said exactly what I was about to say. Believe it or not, ChatGPT is very, very good for this kind of a thing. If you go in there and you say, hey, break down the top 4 funded brokers for me, their commission structures and stuff like that, it'll literally spit it out to you in like 5 seconds. So speaking about getting out of here in 5 seconds, I do need to get out of here. So I'm going to run. So I am going to leave y'all in the capable hands of my favorite wingman. So Nathan's going to roll out the rest of this YouTube session for everybody while I get on the road with my kiddos and get headed home. Don't forget tomorrow, Spot Gamma, so come by, hang out, spend time. Like, it's going to be so much fun. So, and I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. Always much love. See you tomorrow and keep it green. See you, buddy.
Hey, no, have a good one. Be safe. Have a safe drive. So Jesse, you were asking, is there anywhere I can find my MNQ settings? So one of the things that I didn't like about Bookmap, especially using it, is the orders they'd almost look like furry caterpillars, and it was very dim. So I do use my own custom settings to make it look cleaner, to be a lot more detailed, and I'll show those to you. And if you want, I can go over a little bit on how I do that, how I change those settings and what I do. But let's go map. So here's my settings if you want to take a screenshot or come back after the recording's done and look at it. But here's my settings. This lower cutoff, I really like to use it just to bring in the smaller orders in between the larger orders, just to see if we have that book and we don't have any voids in. So that's really what I use this lower cutoff for, is to just slide it over and bring in some of those smaller orders just so I can see how we're stacked in between the lower ones. But for the upper cutoff, I believe I'm around 95, 96 usually for that upper cutoff, and that highlights a lot of the large orders on the book and really makes them stand out. The biggest effect to the book and cleaning it up that you're going to have is this vertical smoothing and averaging right here down at the bottom. If you have it on auto, it's just too much. We were talking about aggregation. It'll aggregate the orders together. I like them a little more spread out, so I'll use manual. And usually that's 2 to 3 clicks over on manual that I'll use. I'll usually go back and forth between 2 and 3, but about 2 and 3 is what I use on that one. And then the advanced color map settings, here's what I have on those. I have the brightness turned all the way on. That brings in some of those smaller orders. And then I just use this lower cutoff
Hey
to go
Nate,
back and
can
forth.
you refresh your screen sharing? Because
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
see nothing coming in, so maybe we can show the people they can see better.
Oh yeah, let me I'll go over that again then. Let's see.
Thanks, man.
No worries. Do it one more time. Yeah, it's weird. It's showing that they're actually darkened out. See if this comes through, Carlos. Can you see it on your side now?
No, I still don't see it. So if you could just stop, sometimes this works for Thor. He'll stop sharing it with Zoom, just a screen, and then he'll reshare it again, and it usually works.
Here, let me just bring this up.
Yeah, let's try that. And then if that works, I can bring it up here. I'm gonna try to refresh on my side too, just in case.
Trying to find where to refresh. I might need to pop out and pop back in. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah, do that real quick, and maybe that works because we definitely this
Okay.
will be
Sorry,
much
guys.
better.
Yeah, let me pop out of here. I'll pop right back in.
Yep. All right, friends. Let's see here. As we wait.
All right.
All right, you're back.
Okay, Carlos.
I see you join in.
Sorry about
Yep.
that, guys.
I see you. Let me see if your screen is back now.
This is why I'm a scientist and not a computer software engineer. It would drive me crazy.
It's all good. All right, I got it. Excellent. Is Thor's done for the day? I'm gonna take him off here.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's
All right, cool. Whoa.
They're kicking him out of the room finally.
Oh, made you big. It's all good. Oh, I'm doing it backwards. Let's I want to bring your camera here. There it is, and then we'll get Thor out of the way. We'll put you here. Excellent, and we'll take this out of the way. All right, man, you're all set.
Okay, so I was answering Jesse's question. So on one of the great things about Bookmap, and you can do this on the TOS version too, is you can adjust the settings to really clean up the book. And it just, the default view, it's just kind of bland. A lot of the orders are really aggregated together. And so it's hard to kind of see the structure. You can just get a lot more structure out of the book if you change the settings a little bit. And so this is it for M&Q. This is how I have the settings. So if you're wanting to know how to get to your settings, they are here. You can go into the heat map there, or you can right click on the map itself and go into heat map settings. And the first place I start is this upper cutoff. And I just start moving that through, a few clicks. I usually end up at like 95 or 96 just to get those larger orders to really pop out and show. Because overall, that's what I'm really interested in. Where are the larger orders on the book? What are the intentions and where we're going? So 95, 96 for that one. And then this lower cutoff, I really only use this to bring in the smaller orders on the book in between those larger orders, just to see how we're filled in. I don't want any gaps. I want to see are we filled in better to the top side or the downside. We have a little bit of a gap here, but then we also have one on the downside. So that's really what I'll use that for. And this slider is also up here. So it makes it really easy and nice to bring in those smaller orders. I don't have to bring up the actual heat map settings itself. I can do that up here. And then the biggest change you're going to get is this vertical smoothing and averaging here at the bottom. On auto, it aggregates all the orders a little bit too close for me. I would rather them structure it out a little bit more. So I go into manual, and you can just start all the way over to the left. Left is way too detailed. That's just too difficult to read. It has every order sectioned out at the exact price. And so it's just really, really hard to read. So I usually go over 2 or 3 clicks, and find one. Either one of those seems to look okay for me. It just depends on how detailed. After like 4, it starts to get a little too aggregated. As you can see, the further I go over, the more it aggregates those prices. and then some of the other orders on the book go away, or they're kind of changing colors, so they just don't look like they're quite as attractive. It's pulling all the orders close to it together. And so I would just go through this, like what looks good for you, and how you're trying to read the order book and look at the orders are on there. And usually for me, that's 2 to 3 over. Looks pretty good. So it has those orders sectioned out enough to where I can see them and get a good idea of what the book looks like. And then again, the lower cutoff is just to bring some of those smaller orders in for me. And the advanced color settings, I go in here and I'll change these quite a bit too. The brightness, for futures usually works really well. For stocks, it just brings in too much. It just really masks everything. But I'll turn the brightness all the way up. And if I don't want it as bright, again, I just go up here and slide that to take those orders out. And then the contrast I'll set all the way back, because it'll start to really turn everything yellow and orange, and it makes it hard to distinguish the larger orders. But this is for MNQ, and it saves all of them. So I have different ones for ES, and then we'll go here. So even for Tesla, you'll see it's going to look a lot cleaner than what you might be seeing on your chart. And you can do this for the TOS version as well. They do give you the options to do custom settings. So for something like Tesla, I'm more at like 97 on the upper cutoff, and then the manual smoothing about the same spot. Advanced color map, I'm the same on the brightness, and I've turned the contrast down, but it really starts to bring out and make those orders pop. And then again, the one more setting that I always turn on, just because I want everything bright, because I want it to catch my eye. If I'm looking at something else, I can still see something here to catch my eye. So this, underneath the heat map, if you're selecting the heat map that you want, under here, this is usually set to, oops, change the color. So it's usually set, I think, to about here or so. It's just too dim for me, so I just like to slide that over just so it brings out the colors more. So those are the settings that I change, and it'll save it for each individual ticker. So you can have a different one for each future, you can have a different one for each stock, and it'll save those settings for you. Let's see. Now I'm probably way behind on questions. So let me just go to the bottom. If you guys have questions, then just start throwing them back in if I missed them, just so I can start catching up. Let's see. Gerline, I will sometimes look at futures in the evening, but more it's just as a study. I don't trade them, but if I have some extra time in the evening, I don't have a lot going on, and my fiance is not home from work, I'll come up here and look at some tickers and go over some things, but I don't trade too much in the evening. Enzo, it is coming. So the trading terminal version of Bookmap is still coming. They're working on it and developing it currently. So I reached out and got an update. I don't know, this may be a few weeks ago, but they're still working on it. And it should come out in the next couple months. I think Andrew wants it out now. That's how Andrew is. Andrew thinks very big and wants it out now. But they're developing, making sure it's right, getting all the bugs out, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great when we get it. Roy, no, I'm not in any position. I did not trade much last week, and I haven't traded today. I'm finishing up my Bookmap course, so I'm trying to get that out this week, and so that's what I've been working on. I've been really working late and working long hours today just to get that done. He said 2 months, newbie. Okay, cool. How do I change the colors on my balls? I wish Thor was here to see that. He would have thought that was very, very funny. So I will tell him that someone asked me that, and that he's going to have to tell tomorrow what his color balls are. So on the TOS version, you can't change any of the colors. But if you have the full Bookmap version, you go into settings and go into color settings. And I know some people don't like the red and the green because it becomes too distracting. It's a lot of colors going on, and it can be like an ADHD nightmare, trying to watch and look at everything. So here, up here in this one, I believe it is the top. So I have mine on like bright green, but I know some people have them, purple and blue or purple and white. Is that going to change them? Let's see if that changes it. Oh, that's over there. So that's on my right side. So where's my dots? I haven't actually changed these in so long. I don't even know exactly where they are. Oh, bicircles. Okay. So if you wanted blue for buy, you could turn it to blue. They have tons of colors in here. I think you can even customize your own color if you want to. Yeah, if you want to go in here, you can customize your own color. But I like bright, the 255. So I really want it to pop and stand out. But yeah, I mean, they give you tons of options in here to change any colors you want. I do wish one thing I wish they would have in here, and I keep bugging them about that. I would love to turn the background on the heat map black like this. Just again, I want things to pop out and really see. So this kind of gray, blue grayish color, I wish I could change it to just black, and then everything would really stand out for me. Here we're getting that other dip down now. So we basically on NQ, and we've got a buyer over the top here through this gap. And then we have, or I'm sorry, a seller over here through the top of this gap and a buyer down here at this gap. So we're really just battling back and forth. They can't seem to get anybody to really come in and take price higher or lower. So we might just swing through here. But if we can break through one of these, break over a swing high, break over a swing low, come back, retest and hold and break down, we could get into some movement. So, but there we're fading back in, picking up a little bit of volume. Volume was really dropping off, but now we're fading back in to this iceberg. This looks to me like it could end up being an iceberg down here. We've got a lot of like liquidity just stacked really close together and filled in. So no worries, Peter. That was pretty funny though. Thank you for that. Or Ted said that, but yeah, thanks, Peter. Let's see. Yeah, Traderzuki through Trading Terminal. We have some courses in there, and so Andrew had been asking me to do a bookmap course, and so it's almost done. It'll literally go through everything: how to sign up for it, how to download it, how to pick your package, all the way into talking about order flow and price action events. So like stacking, we have stacking right here on the bid that we keep moving down into. That's an important thing to watch out for. And then things like absorption. One of the things Bookmap does better than anything you can find is showing absorption. And so a lot of volume with very little movement. And then the bounce off of that, buyers are absorbing any of this selling pressure coming in. That's huge to read. So there's going to be large sections on that, stacking, exhaustion, and pretty much anything I can find to put in there, I'm going to put in there. Stay away from blue bubbles. Yeah, nobody wants blue balls on their map. That's for sure. Let's see. Any more questions? Yeah, if they are black, Humbert. Uh-oh, I started something, Carlos. We're going to get kicked off of YouTube. Hey, Chris, I want more depth understanding on bookmap and market depth structure. What would you suggest? Well, the course is going to cover that, but I can also, anytime I'm on here, I can cover that. But if you want to ask questions, I'll be happy to go into more detail. But also, if you come and join the community, here in, 16 minutes, I'm going to be doing my weekly bookmap sessions in the webinar room here and behind the paywall at BBT. So I'm available every Monday sometimes I'll sit there for 2 hours or more and just answer questions and talk about bookmap. So that's another way if you want to learn. But, also in here, ask any questions and I'll try to take the time to go over anything that I can. So Oscar, how do I use bookmap to identify trap buyers and sellers? It's very similar to on the map. I mean, you can see right here, either way we break high or low, whoever's stuck in this accumulation is going to be trapped. So if we break higher and hold under these lows, we're going to hit stops. And these buyers are going to be trapped. They're going to have to get out. And that's what's going to fuel that move lower through these gaps, which is what market makers like to do quite a bit. And if we break over, it's the same thing if we break over this high, come back and hold and start breaking through this accumulation here, these sellers, all these sellers in here are going to have to get out. So their stops are going to fuel that break. And really watching for trapped buyers and sellers, the ones market makers want to trap are us. They want to trap the retail traders because we would provide that liquidity to move through areas quickly with our stops. So it's low volume. It's really low volume. It's small bubbles within a tight area, or lifting. You know, if we started lifting through here and volume really started to die off and the book really started to stack lower, I mean, and you're seeing just diverting volume coming through, we're lifting. They're trying to raise price to get retail traders in. So they'll throw their stops under this low and this accumulation. And then they'll just sink the price, hit all those stops, stop all those traders out so they can get that liquidity to move through this. Because they're not finding the participation that they're wanting to get to move through this level. And so they could be lifting price to trap buyers in here. So that once they do swing through these lows and they target those stops and those stops become market orders, they have all the liquidity and market orders they need to start moving through this quickly. So really it's looking at the volume and then looking at the bubble size and just knowing, okay, I do not want to trade in here. This is not where I want to trade because this is a trap. One side or the other, through this accumulation, buyers or sellers are going to be trapped. And you're just going to get chopped out with the movement. You're going to get frustrated. This is the kind of trading through this area that, you know, keeps you from being profitable because it'll hurt you. And so you just don't want to be in this. You want to wait for a break over and then a retest to hold and then run higher, or a break under, retest to hold and then break lower. You want to wait for this to be done. Whatever this accumulation is and whoever they're trapping in here, you want the break over, and then that retest needs to hold. You know, see here, we broke over that swing high, so we could get into some stops in this area, but we didn't hold. We didn't break over, come back, retest, and hold that, and then pick up volume for the break higher. That's what you would want to see. And again, on these lows, we didn't break under this low and hold. We didn't get under this low. We didn't get under this low, and then come back, retest, and hold. You want that retest and hold for this area, or you're just going to get frustrated and, you know, all your profits are going to be gone for the day, and it's a bad place to trade. Break over one or the other. Just wait for that. Let's see. What is an iceberg on the, let's see, Humberto, you want to know what an iceberg is? It is really, it's best, they really show up once you start testing an area. And what you're looking for and what you're wanting to watch is, you see how this liquidity, as we're coming down and pushing down, there's liquidity here. But once we test into that area, more liquidity starts showing up. And the further we test into it, more liquidity starts showing up. And then the area and the space in between starts to fill in. Keep testing, more liquidity. You're getting, it's an iceberg because you can't see it. You can only see like the top of the liquidity or part of the liquidity. But once you start getting into it, then it starts showing up on the book. And the market makers and sellers through here realize they're going to have to do a lot more work because there's a huge stack of thick orders right through there. And they're going to need market orders to get through there. If they can't get the participation from the market, that's when they start trapping people. And they'll start putting their stops under these lows. And so then they have those market orders through those stops. And you notice here as we push off of it, we return. That liquidity comes back off the book, but then as we push back down, it starts coming back in. And notice here on the top side, we're not getting quite the same, a little bit through here, but not the stacking and everything through the same. This is when you get close to these orders and they start coming in, they start getting thicker, like thicker ice. And to me, it really becomes evident when these smaller orders, you know, our colder orders, like our whites and blues, start to fill in and through these larger orders, and it looks like a thick sheet of ice. That's just kind of what it starts to look for. And as we push away and push off of it, so here's that break. Here, you're going to want to see volume. If this volume stays low, they're trapping more buyers, more likely. So this break over this swing needs to come with volume. We're getting it there. large green bubbles. You can see we have this gap in price right there. That's this gap right here. So we got that seller over the top there, maybe even an iceberg over the top here. As we see that starts, we're starting to get close to it. Orders are stacking in. That wasn't enough volume, and that break wasn't high. So this candle really needs to push high. This candle needs to push into this area, and then that low volume pullback to the top of it, and then a high volume push off is what you're going to be looking for. This is stalling. This looks like to me that it's stalling. Yeah, the volume needs to start coming in and push. So I like the size of our dots here. I like the size of these green dots, but the volume's not convincing me yet. Like we need a push. How this pushed through here, we need that kind of push through here. So we need to kind of do it soon, or our volume's dropping off. This isn't good. This looks to me like a trap. We're just stalling through here. We're not pushing. We're not lifting the ask up into these orders and getting some movement, and because we're not getting volume. So these buyers, these are going to be more buyers that are trapped if we don't break over and get into this area up in here. So, but they're trying to come in. Let's see what happens by the time I got to leave. Eric wanted to learn bookmap course. Yeah. It'll be great. Like I'm put a lot of work into it. So it's going to be really good. And it's going to be something like my little baby. It's going to be something I'm constantly updating, and we're going to have a lot of case studies in there. So you guys can actually, it's going to be a lot of videos. So you guys can actually see what things look like and know what to look for. And that's important when it comes to absorption, when it comes to reading this kind of price action. It's just choppiness that you don't want to be any part of. Let's see. See, I keep scrolling through and I think I still keep missing them. I'm sorry. Oh, Jeremy, you're one of those trapped. Well, just keep watching this. Just keep watching this price action, but we're getting a little bit of diverting volume. So just be careful. If it starts to come back and test, you want that to be on low volume over the top of this. And if it starts breaking through and it starts looking something like this, we're probably coming back and testing this area into here. Because we're just really not picking up the volume, and we should, because we've broken over highs. There should be stops here that were triggered. And if they're not being triggered by picking up that volume, then that seller's still here. And this is going to be the area right up and around here. You're going to expect them to come in again because they're not stopping out. We're really not picking up that volume we should if these sellers in here were stopping out. But I mean, I do like the dots. I do like the size of our dots, but we look like that iceberg maybe over the top is coming back in. See how this is filling in the closer we get? And then filling in the middle. Those orders just keep coming on and stacking on. That's kind of that first indication. Once you start getting into this level and testing and it continues to grow and get thicker and we're not getting the volume to push through, it's going to fade back down to where it found, buying volume before. They want to buy through here. They can't get the participation to move up. They're going to come back down to this area. And that's iceberg here. Looks like it may be moving up a little bit. We got some liquidity pulled and added higher there. Let's see, just where. Oh, you're welcome, Oscar. Let's see. Anybody? Would icebergs be synonymous with hidden orders? I guess so, in a sense. More of the hidden orders that you'll find, especially on the level 2, are refreshed orders. So as we started to get into this 250, if we're pushing into this 250 and this 149 starts stacking into 150, 152, 155, 157, 160, that could be more of like a hidden seller in there and hiding those orders with that refreshing going on at that level. So this would kind of be the area I would expect to start that to climb. And we're not. We're climbing. They're pulling liquidity off of there. So we're getting liquidity pulled now. even here pulled in as we start moving in. See that liquidity's pulled? And this is when I would be looking right off of this if liquidity was being added higher. Because this could be a little bit of a manipulation. They're trying to lead price up, so they keep pulling the liquidity and moving up higher on the book. So I'd like to look right off where it looks like that may have gone right there. So this may be a little bit of manipulation coming into here. But we keep getting liquidity pulled here at the 250 and added higher. So this looks like a leading order then, to me. It looks like some manipulation with these leading orders because these are being pulled and not filled. Let's see. Broker trading, low margin. Okay, sweet. You guys have any more questions or anything before I jump out of here? Got to go teach my class. So if you guys want to learn more about Bookmap, come join the community. Even if you want to do like the monthly membership and come into my Bookmap class, ask me all the questions you want. Spot gamma is another thing that I talk about a lot in there. We can see we were heading into some selling pressure, but we weren't getting any of that options liquidity added lower. So we're pushing higher now. This is what you'd want to see. Okay, this is looking a lot better. But it needs that retest. It's almost getting a little bit too extended now, but that's good. That's really nice. But now we need that retest over here. So that needs to come back and retest and hold. And then pick up more volume. But this looks good through here. I know somebody was saying then they're long. I mean, this is looking pretty good long. We got that participation. This was probably stops. The break over this high and into this area, this was probably stops. You hit this area, you trigger those stops, and then it helps you push up through it. So that was probably some stops from these sellers down here. Their stops are over this high. They can't take any more pain. That's what the market likes to give you a lot of the times. How much pain can you take before they can force you out of that position? Acho, the indicators I use on my chart, I use cams, volume. I have some other ones on TradingView I've been experimenting with, which is what I love about TradingView is all the indicators that are available and free that you can kind of experiment and play with. Yeah, we're hitting a stop run now. Let's see if this can accelerate. Sorry, I'm just opening up the webinar room so everybody can get in there. All right, there's some absorption right there. So here's the highs. And even through here, you want the break over that with volume and come back on a weak retest into this area. But that's a nice reversal candle. This is an anomaly. A good way to read absorption, what we just saw right here, that's it. You get a candle like this inverted hammer on volume. This should look more like this. This candle should look more like this candle. The volume's very similar. Big, large volume large body candle with a lot of volume. Small body candle with a topping tail on large volume. This is an This is something I look for on cams. So we got that absorption right into this area. So that seller's starting to come back in right into that area. That's why you want that break over these highs and that weak retest back to make sure the seller's out and that they're not getting back in. But this is also a good opportunity for this to come back down and test these highs over here. Let's see if that holds. Let's see if this can be a weak volume test. Watch for that. But we're getting the push. But yeah, this is, if you guys don't know what an anomaly is, that's one right there. That's a really nice, beautiful reversal candle with lots of volume. Oh, awesome, Ralph. I appreciate that. Yeah, give some thumbs up and likes. And I enjoy coming in here with you guys and teaching you about Bookmap. It's a lot of fun. You guys are very interactive, and I really like that. But anyway, I got to jump over to my webinar class, and I will see you guys. I'll be here tomorrow with JT, and I'll see you guys on Friday. So get some questions ready there. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.